places. By the New York Lottery, win anywhere, win anytime with scratch-off games from the New York Lottery. By Spectrum TV, TV the way you want it. Get it now at Spectrum.com. By McDonald's, savor every bite of a delicious garlic white cheddar signature crafted recipe sandwich. And by Audi, visit a Tri-State Audi dealer and get behind the wheel of the Audi model you've always wanted. Crowd filing into Fenway Park. Getting ready for game 2 of this 3-game set. Red Sox have taken a field, so why don't we take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, which is brought to you by Mattress Firm, where your budget stretches further. Brett Gardner's back in the lineup. He'll play center and lead off. Batting second, playing right field, Aaron Judge. Giancarlo Stanton in left field will hit third. Cleaning up the shortstop, Didi Gregorius. Gary Sanchez has to break out of the slump. He's back behind the plate. He'll bat fifth. Batting sixth, playing first base, Neil Walker. Tyler Austin at first base will bat sixth. Batting seventh is Tyler Austin, the DH, I'm sorry. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Tyler Wade. And Miguel Andujar, the third baseman, will bat ninth.
And the lefty, David Price, on the mound tonight for the Sox. Going to face the Yanks, and quite a start he has had to this season. Really a lot of nothing across the board. 10 strikeouts and 3 walks. And let's tell you a little bit more in our pitcher scouting report, brought to you by New York NYU Langone Art. Healthy again. You know, everybody knows last year he struggled twice on the DL with elbow issues, and some people thought maybe he'd be headed for the knife, but he wasn't. He came back, was good in postseason, and so far so good this year. And the reason his elbow has to be healthy because that cutter usage has spiked. He used to throw it about 20% of the time. It's up to over 35% this year. It's been very effective too for him, and he's looking to make history. Well, he's had 2 straight scoreless starts of 7 innings or more and no earned runs allowed. You know, the last guy to do that was Mel Parnell in 1949 for the Red Sox. If he can do it again tonight, nobody's done it in over 100 years for the Red Sox on record.
Now let's take a look now at the Red Sox defense, brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Martinez, Bradley, and Betts left to right in the outfield. Infield, Devers, Holt, Nunez, and Moreland. That's third to first. Hanley Ramirez at DH tonight. Vasquez behind the plate. And David told you about David Price. He's on the mound. So a full day off yesterday for Brett Gardner against Chris Sale. And he's getting ready. Crowd settling in here at Fenway Park. Gardner's ready. Price is ready. And let's do it here in Boston. First pitch, a strike. We are underway. Hunter Wendell stepped behind the plate. Chris Guccione, the first base ump. David Rackley at second. And Larry Vanover, the crew chief, is over at third. Gardner 10 for 42 on the year. 238, a home run and 3 ribbies. Had a good homestand. Pitch inside.
That's an important pitch for Price right there. You talked about his cutter, and everything seems to go away from lefties, but every once in a while, as a left-handed pitcher, you have to show something on that inside corner and something moving in.
Now Price is just a different pitcher against the Yankees. It's so strange. In his career, 15-11, 4.53 against everybody else. Price's ERA is 2.99 with a 113 and 57 record. And this is his 38th start against the Yankees, tying Roger Clemens for the most since 1980. There's a strike to Gardner.
Giacone, that's his bread and butter. That's where he's comfortable throwing that ball, kind of moving away to the outside corner against lefties. You have to set it up. As a lefty, it's much easier to see that ball away than it is inside.
Chop over the mound, going to be a very tough play. It's going to be a base hit for Gardner. Once it got over the head of Price, Gardner had a great chance. It picks up an infield single to start the game. And that's going to bring up Aaron Judge. And he is certainly one of the hotter Yankees. 12 for 30. 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in during an 8-game hitting streak. And Who's Hot is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. So before he had those hits off of Sale yesterday, including a 444-foot homer, he really did not hit last year at all at Fenway Park. And he never had a hit against Sale before last night.
He had some good at bats last night, and he topped it off with dead center field, where you don't see a lot of balls dead center field up way in the seats. And again, there's one of those that Aaron Judge home runs that you know right off the bat. It's just a matter of how far it's going to go.
Talking to Aaron Boone before the game around the batting cage and about Aaron Judge, and he just lit up. He said as good a year as he had last year, and everybody's talking about Aaron Judge. He's better than he thought. Just the way he goes about it every day, the adjustments he makes on the fly.
You see what he's doing now, and the one time during the year last year where he struggled a little bit, he kind of came outside the strike zone, and right now he's swinging at strikes. And as any hitter, especially with his type of power, if you stay within the strike zone, well, you're going to have a lot of success, because pitchers don't want to be in there. They don't want to see it going 444 feet as it did last night.
See if they green light him on 3-0. And that's ball 4, so he walks on 4 pitches, and just like that, the Yankees putting pressure on Price. First and second, nobody out for Giancarlo Stanton.
These are big at bats from Stanton, because he left the game yesterday on a positive note. A couple consecutive hits, one to right field, one to left. And as a hitter, you think, okay, maybe this is a step, but then as soon as you get in that batter's box, that mind, am I still slumping, or have I turned the corner? So these are big at bats early in the game.
You looking first pitch fastball here?
Oh, absolutely, especially after a walk.
Trying to jump him right here.
Yeah, and Price is, he throws a lot of hard stuff. So this is, ball out over the plate. Stanton loves the ball out in here before he can start getting that cutter in.
Inside, 1-0. 5 in a row out of the zone. Eduardo Nunez shades up the middle and just spoke with the second base umpire, David Rackley, and asked him if he could move because he was right in front of where he was standing. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
The one thing you do see, Coney, with that closed stance, he kind of gives with that front hip a little bit. And, if you're going to hit close, you have to stay closed. You start to open up, and it allows everything to open up, the shoulder, and then all of a sudden you kind of drag the bat.
2-1.
Yeah, you can kind of see his first move with his front foot as a little toe tap, pulling it in just a bit. And all the talk about Stanton has been timing mechanism, finding the timing and the rhythm.
Yeah, most hitters need to get that weight back, kind of load on the backside to create power. He's so strong that he can go without a leg kick, without anything, and just pretty much just hit standing still.
High fly ball, deep center. Going back, Bradley, still back in the triangle, looking up. He's going to play it off the wall. Gardner scores. Here comes Judge. He'll score. Stanton hustling for 3. He will make it. It's a 2-run triple and a 2-0 Yankee lead.
You can see the emotion on his face. Again, these are big at bats early in the game when you've just kind of turned it around, especially here in Boston off a guy who's been dealing. He got in a hitter's count. He saw the ball away, didn't try to pull it. And this is a home run in any ballpark other than Fenway because of that triangle. Everything stays closed on this at bat. Right there, perfect position, ball away. This is why he closed up, so he can handle that pitch. He handled it well. He hammered it. He thought it was gone. You see his reaction. But on a cold night, and this is again one of those ballparks where the wind really affects the flight of the ball. Wind kind of blowing in from right field. Ball not carrying. Still went 420 feet.
Here's Gregorius. The Red Sox play the infield back. They'll give up the run. There's a strike. 0-1. The official measurement of that triple was 418 feet. And as Paul said, that would have gone out anywhere. Maybe Colorado would have had a.
Maybe the next ballpark you go to, Comerica Park's real deep in
dead center at 420, but I think it would have been gone to the right of dead center.
You check on that when you go to Detroit this weekend. Right?
Okay, I'm not going, but David will.
All right.
It's Coney and the return of Ken Singleton.
The double Ks.
Yeah.
We got rid of Michael K, and we're going with the double. I'm going to give you a K, K-O-N-E, instead of C-O-N-E. All right? Just for the weekend.
Yeah, the A-team showing up in Detroit.
You better bring some weather with you.
Just in case you were wondering, if you're kind of a wonk like me, you know, that was 112 miles an hour off the bat of Stanton.
That's it.
100, to be precise, 112.2 miles an hour, 420 feet away.
Two one.
What'd you call yourself, Cody?
Wonk, a little wonky.
Wonky?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that one up. Hang on a second.
Nerd, another name for a nerd. Yeah, dork, nerd.
I've heard all those. I've used them all on Michael. Just I've never called him a wonk.
Wow. 3-1. Popped up. So Gregorius does not get the runner in. The catch is made by Moreland. And there's one away. All right, Paul, let's check it out. The keys to the game, they're brought to you by your local Tri-State Volkswagen dealers.
Well, you got to turn the page. Obviously, the Yankees getting beat up last night, and those are easy to get over. And Tanaka time, well, you got one of your best out there. You got to hope he has a good outing, give you an opportunity to score some runs, what the Yankees have done early. And Judge is ruling. He's the hot guy in the lineup. Hope he continues. And all of a sudden, Stanton's right behind him. Really? Yeah. Glad we knew about it.
Here's Gary Sanchez. Infield is in now with one out. High fly ball, left field. Martinez. And that ball is over the wall, a home run. A two-run shot for Sanchez, and it is 4-0 Yankees.
You know, Michael, that might have been one of the hardest home run calls you've ever done. J.D. Martinez acted like he had it. Sanchez out of the box thought he got it. I didn't know who to trust there, and all of a sudden he had lost this ball. Gary Sanchez, I mean, you look at the best thing that could possibly happen for the Yankees after last night. Stanton, huge hit, knocks in a couple, and then Gary Sanchez going deep over the green monster.
Got that sound.
Yeah, all of a sudden he picked up Martinez like, wait a minute, maybe it's not going. He doesn't know where it is either.
You think Martinez just playing games there or really didn't see it?
I don't think there's any games to be played. He had that look of, I have no idea where this ball is. He fooled everybody, including Sanchez, who hit it.
Look at the numbers Sanchez has against David Price. 6 for 12 and 5 of the 6 home runs.
Nice lid there, huh? Well, all of a sudden you've got the hottest pitcher in the major leagues, and this is how quick things change. Hasn't given up a run all year, and then boom, a 4 spot in the first inning.
I know he's won 15 games against the Yankees, but they have had his number a lot. I mean, his ERA against them, as we mentioned, it's over a run and a half more against the Yankees than every other team in the big leagues. And there's certainly familiarity there on both sides. He's faced them so many times. This is his 38th start against them.
Yeah, that's no small sample size from the days of the Rays.
2-2 on Neil Walker.
This is the type of ballpark that you really can never count anybody out. I mean, you think, oh, wow, we're off to a great start. But, Coney, you know, as a starter, you know, runs are scored in this ballpark. It's just the way it is. And right now it's extremely important that Tanaka goes out and has a couple good innings to get them back up to the plate.
Ground ball is short. Holt across the diamond. 2 away. Let's check the weather here at Fenway Park. Another cold night. 43 degrees, humidity 70%, wind 16 miles per hour, mostly cloudy and cool.
For Parker weather.
Here's Tyler Austin. 16 hits and 48 bats in his young career against left-handed pitching. Swing and a miss. One and one on Austin, the 7th hitter in the lineup.
Not only a 4 spot for David Price, but also approaching 30 pitches. Number 28 coming.
Two and one.
Reminds me a lot of Severino last night, Coney. Just has not been able to get ahead, kind of missing with fastball and that cutter just in or off the plate, getting behind. And, you know, he's the type of pitcher that will challenge you a lot when he gets behind in the count.
Little chopper over the mound from Brett Gardner.
Yeah,
you know,
started it all. Yeah.
You know, Gardy's due for some of those. I mean, he hit the ball really hard in the first series against Toronto. Didn't get a lot to show for it. You know, they always say, and you and I have talked about it, oh, it all evens out. Well, yeah, no. One of the reasons why I like some of the new metrics, StatCast and exit velocity, you can peel back the layers and see who's doing what.
Austin works a walk as the pitch count builds.
And again, you look at you know, mound visits, and this has been a long time, and you kind of hold back these visits. This was automatic last year, wouldn't you think, Coney?
Yeah, absolutely, and that is a great point. And those things have to be moderated, obviously. Even though that's going to count as one, as the catcher just went out.
Pitch to Tyler Wade is outside.
Now, Michael, I know you talked about it on your radio show today, and it's early in the season. It's only April. It's still cold, but the Yankees did need to come out and punch back, get off the mat. So a good start here, a long way from ball game, obviously, but just the action to see, you know, some frustration come out. See, maybe this will relax these guys. Let their natural ability come through. That's a hard thing to explain unless you've been there and done it.
There's a lot of times, Coney, when you're on really, really good teams and so much is written about you that you just get in a mode of, you know, just kind of going out there. Not that you're not trying, but you just assume you're going to win. You assume everybody's going to do certain things. And every once in a while, you get a wake-up call. Like, hey, you know, we got to go out. We got to win games. And especially early, you don't want to dig yourself a hole early in the season.
2-2 on Wade. So the Yankees lose 14-1 last night and come out with a 4 spot against a guy who had not given up an earned run in 2 starts. And they've got him at 34 pitches in 1 inning. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. But the Yankees come into the game concerned about their big bats not hitting. But one of those concerns vanished in the triangle here at Fenway Park. Another one, Gary Sanchez goes yard. He was actually 2 for 36 before that homer.
They want to use your driver's license.
Giving everything to Big Brother, we'll be safer. Not the case.
The NYPD says facial recognition could help them identify missing persons.
Rafael Devers at third base will bat second. Hitting third, the DH Hanley Ramirez. J.D. Martinez in left field, still looking for the Sanchez home run ball. He'll clean up. Batting fifth, the first baseman Mitch Moreland. Eduardo Nunez at second base will bat sixth. Batting seventh, playing center field, Jackie Bradley Jr. Christian Vasquez will catch him at eighth. Batting ninth, playing shortstop Brock Holt.
And Tanaka-san on the mound tonight. Ready to go. Warm-ups are done. You see the numbers on the year.
First pitch inside. Betts scored 5 runs yesterday at the Grand Slam. Paul showed you in the open. Just a great game. And when Cora got the job, one of the things he envisioned was Betts leading off and doing the kinds of things that he did last night. And it shows you how the game has changed. Because one of the things that Cora stressed to Betts, don't be so patient. That's what you always want out of your leadoff guy. He wants him to jump on pitches. He said when he was with the Astros, they knew that you could get ahead of him because he's always looking to take pitches. I want you to jump on those pitches. And it was a little bit of an adjustment for Mookie Betts. Popped up. And Duhar puts it away.
Let's go ahead and give you a little bit more on Masahiro Tanaka and our pitcher scouting report brought to you by NYU Langone Hart. And his K to base on ball ratio, Paulie, is absurd. I mean, 5.23 strikeouts to walks in his career. I mean, that's the best rate in the modern era since 1900. And manage the barrel. That's about the home runs he gave up last year. And keeping the ball off the barrel of the bat. And left is right. Left-handed batters are 1 for 16 off of him so far this year. I mean, we saw he's picked right back up where he left off. I mean, he hasn't walked a batter yet this year. 0 walks and 15 strikeouts so far.
You kind of talked about it in the opening where, he relies on a lot of balls outside the strike zone for swing and misses. And a lot of those type of pitchers do walk a lot. I mean, 2-2, 3-2, he'll still go outside the strike zone to get that swing and miss. He's been able to do it.
You hit the nail on the head, Paul. I mean, it's hard to pitch like that and not walk a lot of guys.
Right.
I mean, I tried it. I've nibbled, when I didn't have my good stuff later in my career, and I'd have some lines, 5, 6 innings pitched, give up 2 or 3, walk 4 or 5, strike out 5 or 6, and a lot of everything. Tanaka just does not give in, does not walk anybody. In fact, I think he could probably trade a few walks for homers.
Yeah.
And I think that's what set David Wells off when he got off to a good, 98 season when he started. Okay, let me pitch around a few of the big guys and not give in so much.
High pop up left side. Stanton makes the play for the second out. Let's take a look at the Yankees defense, brought to you by Volvo. Experience the new XC40, the car you can subscribe to. Just saw Stanton in left, Gardner's in center, and Judge is over right. In the infield, and Duhar, Gregorius, Wade, and Walker, that's third to first. Sanchez behind the plate. Tanaka is on the mound. One strange omission in this Red Sox lineup is no Benintendi. Really started hitting well yesterday. Had been slumping in the early going, but you know, we've heard that Cora maps these things out early. That one is rocked to left field. See ya! Almost left the ballpark. A home run by Ramirez, and the Red Sox on the board at 4-1 Yanks.
I'll tell you, I was watching him take batting practice, and he is a different guy. I mean, he's always been a great hitter when his mind was in the game. I don't know if he just came into the year feeling well, or if Cora has really had an effect on him, on his concentration, because he's truly one of the most gifted hitters in baseball when he's going well.
Another look. Sanchez wants it down and away. It spins off speed right there.
Right off that tarp out there, and hard, still going.
If that doesn't hit that car rental sign, it's on Lansdowne Street. I mean, that was crushed.
Yeah, it ended up 432 feet estimated away and 117.5 miles an hour off the bat. So, yeah.
Bounced up there.
Looked like a little spinning slider that Ramirez got there. It just speeds up the bat. Those are the ones, boy, I threw a lot of them. They go a long way.
2-1. Base hit through the left side for Martinez. Let's watch that home run by Ramirez on StatCast. Hmm. 432 feet projected distance.
117.5, Coney. That's pretty high. I don't know all your numbers, but it's pretty high, right?
Yeah, he's got his bat speed back. You know, definitely. He didn't show that kind of bat speed last year, and who knows? Maybe he was nursing some injuries that he could play through, but looks like a different hitter again this year.
Now, David, you know all these numbers. When they say projected distance, they're saying if it didn't hit that sign, that's how far it would travel?
Yes.
Okay. Three infielders on the right side for Moreland. And by getting Moreland in the lineup, what you've done is you have to have Ramirez DH. And by having Ramirez DH, Martinez has to play in the outfield. So you have to choose one of the outfielders to sit down. And they chose today to sit down Benintendi.
As good as the Red Sox have been, this is one of the guys that has not got off to a good start. Moreland struggling a little bit. 0-77 coming into the game without a home run.
Yep, one hit in 13 at bats. Four runs for the Yankees in the first. Red Sox have one in, one on, two outs in the bottom of the first. 1-2 to Moreland. 2-2.
And we touched on it probably a little bit in last night's broadcast. You know, Moreland was supposed to be the everyday first baseman. They signed him in the offseason. And Dombrowski, I think the GM for the Red Sox, really felt like after the Stanton trade that Cashman pulled off that he had to go out and get J.D. Martinez. And that has relegated Moreland really to a backup role. And he was signed in the offseason. It was a multi-year deal. He was going to be the everyday guy. And they weren't sure if they could count on Hanley Ramirez. Well, Ramirez looks like he's back, so he's going to be in the lineup.
That one gets away from Sanchez as Martinez goes to second.
Well, obviously, it's a tough night for Sanchez when Tanaka has that ball in the dirt. That slider down and in. Good job. He almost smothered it. Just kind of ricocheted right on him. But he was actually in pretty good position.
Yeah, nothing you could do with that one.
And Moreland works a walk.
First walk of the year for Tanaka, his third start.
Breaking a lot of firsts. Price giving up runs. Tanaka walking people.
It's an important out here. You've got 2 outs. 10-10 is not a ratio of strikes to balls that we're used to seeing from Masahiro. But getting out of this inning right now, stranding these runners, is a big deal early in this game.
Missed outside.
You know, you're looking back at last night. Severino, Sale, Tanaka, Price, all of a sudden you got to figure that, you know, maybe the weather, the cold weather, you know, you're talking about 4 of the premier pitchers in the American League, and it's just like everybody other than Sale has basically struggled with control, which is usually, you know, that release point, right, Coney?
Release point and putting spin on the baseball. Particularly what Severino had trouble with is getting his normal rotation on his slider.
There's a strike, 1-1.
I was always taught in this weather as a pitcher, the pitcher should have the advantage and you need to pitch in more with your fastball.
I tell you, as a hitter, Coney, you talk about that. You don't want to get jammed, so you are very conscious of that inside corner, and you know you look in, you'll swing at that ball in off the plate too.
Could not hold up. Count 1 and 2.
He's got a lot of those pitches right there. 91 two-seamer running in. You know, that's a pitch, and we talked about it on the pregame show that Tanaka's kind of pitching backwards away from his fastball. But tonight's a good night to get it back a little bit.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Yankees lead 4-1, bottom of the first inning.
You see Tanaka not getting a lot of those swing and misses out of the strike zone, and it goes back to just having a lineup. You talked about it last night of not a ton of home runs in the lineup, but just tough outs. Guys make you battle as a pitcher, and you know it's just, it makes it tough.
Swing and a miss. He gets Nunez to strike out and get out of further trouble. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 men left. The 1 run off the bat of Hanley Ramirez. This is the hardest hit ball ever at Fenway since StatCast began in 2015.
So we sold the house.
Hey, you used purple bricks, right?
An online agent for a place like this?
No, they're genuine agents. They're real people. You just don't pay crazy amounts in commission. Could save thousands.
Thousands?
There it is. Real misery. The misery you feel when you pay too much in commission and get nothing more for your money.
Could have bought the new house with purple bricks, too.
Whether you're buying or selling, go to purplebricks.com. Save yourself from real misery.
Sands Bethlehem. Deal me in.
This week's homework? Gravity.
Homework. Oh, homework. I hate you. You stink. I wish I could wash you away in the sink. If you just disappeared, it would tickle me pink. Homework.
Next up.
Oh, homework. I hate you. You stink.
When Northwell Health met an unstoppable veteran, we united doctors with aerospace engineers and rewrote the rules of prosthetics with a 3D printer. Now, equipped with the first of its kind amphibious prosthetic, nothing is stopping this veteran from showing his kids anything is possible. Northwell Health. Look north.
New York Yankees baseball brought to you by NYU Langone Hart. By your tri-state area Land Rover retailers, Land Rover above and beyond. By Optimum, introducing Altice One. Learn more at experiencetheone.com. And by Sands Bethlehem, embrace the possibilities. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And just like that, the Red Sox make the call to the bullpen, brought to you by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. So Bobby Pointer comes in, and David Price is out, just facing 8 batters, giving up 3 hits and 4 runs.
You hold your breath. You talked about healthy again, Coney, in your scouting report. You know, that raises some concerns when you see a pitcher pulled out of his stature in the first inning.
Yeah, and some elbow issues from the past.
There's a strike to Andujar. Yeah, he didn't have that surgery repaired. And there seems to be a problem in that elbow, and they just keep rehabbing it and building up the area around it. You hope he's okay. Grounded back to the mound. They get Andujar. It was going to be an interesting season for Price because he's in the 3rd year of a 7-year, $217 million deal, and he has an opt-out after this year. And just from the way he acted last year, he does not love it here. Does not like the pressure, does not like the media. Actually had an argument with Dennis Eckersley of Nesson. And people said, well, let's see how much he doesn't like it if he opts out of the last 4 years of this deal.
But you remember every 2 weeks when those checks came around, Coney, they were kind of fun, right?
Yeah, probably the most significant development of the offseason in the free agency market was the diminishing value of the opt-out.
Mm-hmm.
You could see that Tanaka made the right choice not opting out, because that big money for the pitchers really wasn't there. Now, Darvish got a nice contract, but everybody knows that Tanaka has a slightly torn UCL, and you just don't know how long that's going to hold up. And with Price, the same deal. Something's in that elbow that's not right. So I can't see him giving up $30 million a year for the last 4 years of his deal. He's not getting it anywhere else.
Nope.
And at the beginning of this inning, Cora was not in the dugout. Maybe retreated to the clubhouse to talk things over with Price, but we'll wait to get any official information. It just seems odd that after 35 pitches, he would be taken out of the game. 1-2 on Gardner. Now he's back. Red Sox carry 8 pitchers in the bullpen, 2 lefties, 6 righties. And the pitch. Missed outside. Crowd wanted that one. Judge is on deck. Gardner started the game with a chopper just over the head of Price. Reached on an infield single. Then Judge walked in the triple into the triangle to the right of dead center by Stanton. Gardner walks with 1 out here in the second.
It's good to see Gardner back. And, you know, after the night off, this lineup just, it seems so much more natural to have him as your leadoff hitter. And then all of a sudden you've got the power behind him when he can work counts and get on base. This offense usually rolls.
Well, if I'm in the Red Sox dugout, I do not like this matchup right here. It's our really first look at Poinier. You know, he's a rookie. This is 6th game in the big leagues. Florida boy, Paulie. West Palm Beach, went to Florida. 14th round pick. He's got nothing for Aaron Judge.
You know, if you look at it, Coney, right, this is, if Sanchez, Stanton, and Judge are all right, this is an extremely tough inning right here for Poinier.
A base hit for Judge as Gardner moves to second. That brings up Stanton.
Back to the old bench jockeying on the bench, you know, but this guy's got nothing to get you out, right? I mean, nothing against Poinier, but Judge is locked in. This is a big old spinning slider that Poinier's lucky that the launch angle wasn't a little higher.
That National Car Rental sign's already been hit once. And Aaron Judge has to be satisfied with that. A good swing, a single. A lot of times home run hitters, you know, I missed it. I didn't drive it out of the park. But you know what? You set it up and then you just kind of pass the baton to the next guy that can do the same thing.
And the next guy is this man, Giancarlo Stanton, who takes a strike. He tripled in the first inning into the triangle in right center field. Picked up his 8th and 9th ribbies of the year. He got his batting average off the interstate. He's at 213. But he's down in the count here, 0-2.
It's the up the ladder part, you know, that's really kind of bothered him. And that was top of the strike zone, that pitch.
Now we watched last night, Paul, and you see it a little bit right there, that Vasquez gets up out of the crouch when he wants to pitch high in the zone. Doesn't a batter sense that or feel it?
Not really. I mean, you're so intent on trying to pick up that release point. You're staring at the pitcher, and a lot of times, you know, catchers will set up outside, then move inside right at the end. So, you know, they like right there. I mean, he set up inside and then went up to a high strike. So, you know, by the time that the hitter would pick up something with the catcher, he could change. And if you look at that last pitch, see, he started here and then he ended up there. So, you know, he did change his location in case Stanton was peeking back there.
But you don't even see it out of the corner of your eye, guy standing up.
Not really, okay. No.
The 0-2.
When I was on the mound, I did not like that. It was distracting to me. I think a couple of things is if you miss your target, Vasquez is in a defenseless position. He can't move very well to go down and get a pitch that might end up blowing away if you completely miss your target. But he leaves himself exposed too. I mean, maybe it worked for Yogi Berra back in the day.
This is the old retro look of Yogi standing up back there. That's really the high target.
Different strike zone back then.
Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes.
Getting out of the strike zone, but not away. And this crowds him a little bit.
Well, you can see how they're going to go after Giancarlo Stanton, and it's going to be in and challenge him with hard stuff, and then right on up the ladder as he swings through again. Couple of good swings, though, there. He almost got to 2 in a row there, and then keeps chasing. So let's go up a little further. One more rung up the ladder, and that's the key for pitchers. Pitching up the ladder is just a little higher than the next one, or the last one, and that's letter high. That's not a strike, and that's the book right there so far early in the year on Stanton.
Here's Gregorius. Didi with a pop-up to Moreland at first. That was in the first inning. First out of the first inning. Yankees lead 4-1. We're in the second. First and second, 2 men out. And against the lefty starter, they did split up the right-handers. They had Didi batting cleanup. He had been stacking the righties against lefty starters.
You know, that's the great debate, you know, the lineup construction. And against tough right-handed relievers, is it better to have somebody like Didi splitting up the righties, especially later in the game? Over the course of a long year, all of those guys have great track records. And you want to get them as many at-bats as you can, maybe even batting in the first inning. But late in the game, you know, and a slider ball specialist can get in a groove facing 3 straight righties in a row. You know, that's the counter argument about bringing Didi in there. Or if you had Greg Bird, you'd have another lefty to slide into there.
Entering action tonight, Didi leads the American League in extra base hits. He has 10 on the season, including 3 homers. The 0-2 fouled away. Four, 4-0, leading 1-2-0. .21 pitches for Pointer on a relief of David Price. So the Yankees have forced Sox pitchers to throw 56 pitches in an inning and 2/3. Cat and mouse game. And now a trip to the mound by Vasquez. This chiropractic telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
I know it's baseball season, Michael. I heard disseminated. Right?
That's right.
Once a day now.
The 0-2. Now Cora knows he's got to get 24 outs out of his bullpen today. And there's a game tomorrow. All of the games interconnected. Decisions you make today impact tomorrow. The 1-2. 2-2. Pointer actually came into camp this year as a non-roster invite, and he made the opening day roster. The thought that when Drew Pomeranz came back off the DL this weekend that it might be Pointer gets sent down, but we'll see if Price is okay. 2-2. Up the middle. Holt will get Gregorius on the broken back ground ball, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Jackie Bradley Jr. leads off the bottom of the 2nd inning. Fly ball, left center. Gardner's there. And Bradley is 6 for his last 61, dating back to September 22nd of last year. Those are regular season numbers, 6 for 61.
Kind of been a hallmark of his career, really streaky. Can play some center field, though. He can really run him down.
Here's Vasquez. And a strike. Fouled away.
Red Sox hitters not only tough outs, but they're slow outs too. You walk around, get out of the box, make the pitcher wait. See Tanaka not happy with the location on that ball.
No, one of the narratives that came out of last night's game was that Severino was tipping his pitches. Now, from up here, it looked like he simply didn't have command of a slider, which he felt as well. David, did you get the sense that he was tipping his pitches?
No, and I actually talked to Larry Rothschild and Aaron Boone about that before the game today, and both of them downplayed it quite a bit. Rothschild especially.
Swing and a miss. Vasquez down on strikes.
It's an easy thing to talk about, but you know, Severino just didn't have as good slider last night. He didn't throw enough good ones to where you can get a real read. And you know, if he throws a bunch of really good sliders and the Red Sox don't offer at it, then maybe you start to have those thoughts. But you know, man, I know, Paulie, you and I have talked about this a lot. I mean, it has to be pretty extreme to be useful in such a short amount of time that a hitter has.
You know, it's amazing to me that, you know, if somebody has a bad outing, they're always looking for a reason why. Sometimes in this game, you just don't have your good stuff, and you're facing a team that's hot, a team that's hitting, and you give up runs. And, you know, as a hitter, you go through times where you just don't swing the bat well.
Holt with a high fly ball, center field. Gardner's there, and Tanaka works a 1-2-3 second inning. So the Sox go down in order, and we go to the top of the third. Yankees lead the Red Sox 4-1.
Want more SUV for your money? Check out Hyundai. A family of distinct SUVs from the brand named lowest 5-year cost to own. And with 7 2018 IIHS top safety picks, all thanks to an assortment of advanced safety features. And all of them are backed by America's best warranty. Hyundai SUVs, a great deal more than just a great deal. Right now, come in and get the first ever Kona for an APR as low as 1.9%. Hurry, offers end April 30th.
New TV, new speakers, Netflix. This is going to be the place for binge watching, ladies.
Is it, ladies? Don't get me wrong. You have killer tech, Mrs. G, but you still don't have Fios.
Okay.
Fios is a 100% fiber optic network, literally engineered for streaming.
Good Good advice.
I've also got some ideas on a better cereal selection, which I will keep to myself.
Experience Netflix on the 100% fiber optic network made for streaming. Switch to Fios and get a year of Netflix on us with a 2-year agreement.
At Mattress Firm, we think of our customers as family. So we'd like to extend our friends and family savings to you. Right now, enjoy an additional 20% off our low prices on America's best-selling brands, like Beauty Rest or Serta. Plus, you can pay no interest until 2023. Just like you're part of the family. Hurry in, our friends and family sale ends soon. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
5-Hour Energy can get you back to 100%. It can even get you to the 2018 MLB All-Star Game.
Now batting, Jose Altuve.
Buy any 5-Hour Energy product, including Cherry Extra Strength. Snap a picture of your receipt and send it in. Your trip to the MLB All-Star Game could be in the bag. 5-Hour Energy, official partner of the MLB All-Star Game.
All right, Around the Majors brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyOffers.com. The Ohtani story. 2 starts as a pitcher, pretty darn good. 18 strikeouts, 13 innings, 2-0, 2.08. 7 games as DH, 7 for 19, 3 homers, and 7 runs batted in. Now the trainers are coming out, and they're going to take a look at Pointer.
Michael, you might be pitching before this night's over. Everybody's dropping.
That wouldn't be a good idea. But what we find out right now is that David Price left the game with tingling in his left hand. And not to make that leap, David, but is that what you had when you had your issue?
Indeed, I did. Circulation issues in my hand, which led to an eventual diagnosis of an aneurysm in my shoulder. Not taking that leap with Price by any means, but certainly if you feel sensations in your hand, it could be, coming from your elbow. It could be something that you tweaked, you throw in a certain pitch.
Now this is the last warm-up pitch for Pointer. And it looked like he might have done something with the left leg. That's why they came out quickly to get a look.
No, I think he's just a rookie. He's on the Glad squad. He's bouncing around out there, happy to be here.
Were you over on the Glad squad, Paul?
Oh, when you first get called up, everybody's on the Glads. You just take in everything.
Ripped down the left field line. It is a base hit for Sanchez. That's going to go into the corner. Playing it off the wall is Martinez. Sanchez is in there with a double. So a home run and a double for Sanchez coming into this game. He was 2 for 36.
Well, good things happening in the New York Yankees offense. The guys that were struggling are swinging the bats. And it's another thing you have to remember when you come into Fenway Park and you hit the ball down the line. You better get out of the box. See how much more quiet he is today. Has a lot more time to get his hands through. But you see, you've got to get out of the box and put something into it because that left field line is so short. A lot of times that left fielder has an opportunity to throw you out at second.
Really covered that pitch inside off the plate. His skill set is just so good. You can't keep him down.
A lot less movement today than there was yesterday. You saw a lot of just kind of a loose leg kick and a lot of movement with his head, and it just makes following the baseball very hard. Very quiet and still tonight, where he's had great swings.
Neil Walker grounded it short in the first inning. It's 4-1 Yankees, top of the third. (2-0) on Walker. Red Sox have won 9 in a row. They're 9-1, top of the East. Toronto's next at 8-4. Yankees 5-6. Baltimore is 4-8, and Tampa Bay is 3-8. Foul back. Punched out the other way. It's a base hit to right field. Sanchez will just advance to third. He'll stop there. And the throw is flipped in. A single for Walker, first and third. Nobody out here in the third.
Hitting behind the runner here, inside out. Not hit real hard, but hitting a good spot. Again, not trying to do too much, and just keep the ball in play. Watch his hands stay inside the baseball. A la Derek Jeter from the past. Just shoot it the other way.
Professional hitter. Advance Sanchez to third, nobody out, and get a hit out of it. Important for the Yankees to add on here after scoring 4 in the first. You just don't want to sit there and have. There you go, Tanaka. There's your runs for the night. No, add on.
Here's Tyler Austin. He walked in the first inning. And a strike.
The guy on paper, when you look at this matchup, Coney, you know, he should get good swings here.
That one is ripped to left field. It's a base hit. Sanchez will score easily. Walker stops at second. Austin with an RBI single, and it's 5-1 Yankees.
A lot of times you'll see Pointer, they're trying to pitch guys out of the strike zone, but he's not, he doesn't have that overpowering stuff. And, you know, this ball up probably out of the strike zone, but able to cover it because it's 91 and not 95. Hammered in the hole. Big RBI.
Yeah, Austin's a really good fastball hitter, and you nailed it, Paul. And he hits lefties very well. He's legitimate right now.
A lot more good to talk about than there had been over the first 11 games for Gary. And there's a push bunt to third. They go to second. They'll get the force. And Wade reaches on the fielder's choice. And there's a little talk in there between Holt and Austin. And the benches will empty.
Well, I tell you what, every once in a while on a cold night, when you're just sitting on the bench and you got to run out there, a little stiff. You got to get up and stretch before you go out there.
Now the guys from the bullpen do the obligatory jog in. And Marcus Timms keeping a hand on Austin.
Well, you see the replay. I mean, he did come across the bag, but this is what you're taught to do. You slide in hard, but, you know, this day and age with the new ruling, kind of took offense to it, but, you know, he actually did spike him in the back of the foot, but I mean, he actually slid over the bag. It's not like he went outside.
Ty Cobb style, spikes up.
Yeah, spikes up. Again, you know, you get the force play and get out of there, nothing happens. But, you know, anytime that a middle infielder feels those spikes, it gets your attention. And that's why I just, if I was an organization, I would have players, any base, go feet first. I mean, there's no fear when a guy goes head first of being spiked.
Now they're going to check it out with New York. See if it was an illegal slide. and maybe the Red Sox get a double play out of it.
Well, there's nothing illegal about spikes high, but you have to be able to not slide back past the bag or still be able to touch the bag as you go by.
Which to me was definitely the case. It didn't look like he went way out of the line.
I don't think he slid past the bag so far that he couldn't maintain contact, but that everybody's looking for you to slide in front of the bag now and stay in front of the bag. Now the high spikes part, that gets solved on the field.
Well, the play under review is brought to you by Land Rover Above and Beyond. Well, the purpose of the rule that was put in was to stop at the bag and not overslide the bag. And I'm sure that's what they're looking at. Now that was just an exercise in guys jogging out of the dugout. Did you see the Rockies and the Padres today? Nolan Arenado went right at the pitcher. Didn't try to fake it. The pitcher was Luis Perdomo and just ran right at him. Perdomo threw the glove at him, ran around. Arenado grabbed. I mean, there were punches thrown. So they're taking a good long look at it back in New York. Paul, what's the best baseball fight you were ever part of?
Actually, it was in AAA. And it was July 4th. And we played in Denver, so we had 50,000 people there because it was Mile High Stadium. It was the only night we did. And the fight started in the 9th inning, and they turned the lights off and started shooting fireworks up, and we were still out there throwing blows. Actually ended up being a costly fight. Cal Daniels broke his ankle. Tracy Jones got hurt. Last thing you want to do is be fighting in the dark, right, Mike?
That's not good. Larry Vanover is going over and talking with Boone, and Cora is also getting the update from the home plate umpire Wendelstedt. When they took the headset off, they had the safe sign.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, that would break the new rule on that slide. But that's a solved problem on the field. When you come in high spikes like that, and Holt felt like it was a little bit dirty,
right?
Then that gets solved on the field.
Yeah, and you look at Cora. He doesn't seem like he's upset. He took the explanation for it, and I think that he saw the replay and understood what happened.
First and third, one out. And here is Andujar, the number 9 batter, and the third baseman. Wade has good speed at first. And a strike.
To put a bow on that, you watch Austin's next at bat.
Yeah, you see if they really do think that it's a dirty slide. And Michael, to the answer your question, I think at the major league level, that Baltimore, the Benitez fight, I mean, when you start mixing it up in the other dugout and stuff, that Straw wasn't going to give up.
Neither was Graham Lloyd.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably as bad as nasty as I've seen it on a baseball field.
Now, the previous play, they said they were talking back to New York on a rules check. It was not a non-reviewable play. Heath Hembree warming up. Oh, what a play by Moreland, and then touches the bag for a double play. You can't hit it much harder than Andujar, but Moreland, holding on Wade, was able to make the backhand and then touch the bag for the inning-ending double play.
Today's time and temperature is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Isn't it about time to switch your car insurance and save? Visit Cure.com today.
Shoes off! Belts off! That's why I wear Skechers slip-on shoes. They're comfortable, and they come in a variety of styles. They slip on and off easily as well.
You're Tony Romo.
I am.
You still gotta lose the belt. Come on.
Slip into comfort with Skechers slip-ons.
I'd introduce myself, but this isn't about me, James Hinchcliffe, famous IndyCar driver. It's about the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event, where all your Honda dreams can come true. Check out the CR-V, Motor Trend's SUV of the year, and the HR-V. Both have style for the city and ground clearance for the country. The garage life.
The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is on now. Visit your local Honda dealer today to check out 2018's best SUV brand.
So we sold the house.
Did you use Purple Bricks?
An online agent for a place like this?
No, they're genuine agents, real people. You just don't pay crazy amounts in commission. Could have saved thousands.
There it is. Real misery. The misery you feel when you pay too much in commission and get nothing more for your money.
You, could have bought your new house with Purple Bricks, too.
Whether you're buying or selling, go to purplebricks.com. Save yourself from real misery.
Take a look at the Yankees' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Kia. Kia, we're bringing meaning back to value. One more game in Boston, it's on yes. 3 games in Detroit, back home, 2 against Miami, 4 against the Blue Jays. Hit sharply, and a nice backhand stab by Gregorius, and he takes a base hit away from Betts. Nice play by D.D. Gregorius.
Not only a nice play, but he had to really just stop, and it was total arm strength at that position because Betts has good wheels, obviously. Again, he has got to stop his momentum, and right there, it's just everything he has to get that ball across the field. Beat Betts by a step.
If you've ever been to a tryout camp for amateurs, that's the play the shortstops have to make right there.
Yeah.
Here's Devers.
That's why most of them go home, too,
Yeah,
Cody.
that's the one that sends them right on home.
Remember how nervous you were going to the tryout camps, trying to get somebody's attention?
Yankees lead 5-1.
Used to be a big deal. Yeah, I remember going to one at Royal Stadium when I was 17 years old.
It's funny. I did the same at Riverfront. Yeah.
300 or 400 people there, kids, you know, all looking at you. You get one shot.
Chopped to first. Austin.
Wow, what a play.
And a nice play by Tanaka to find the bag.
Yeah, flashing some leather. The Yankees have not been really good so far this year defensively, but 2 good plays to start off the bottom of the 3rd. Not only catching it, but he's got to put something on it and throw against his body and hit Tanaka right in step.
Yeah, the early returns on Neil Walker at first base are very good. Tanaka, get your foot out of the way. He's picked several in the dirt over there. He could easily handle first. And, you know, as things have shaken down in the first couple weeks of the season, boy, what a find he has been. He, sitting on, couldn't get a job for the majority of spring training.
Hanley Ramirez lines one to Andujar and a 1-2-3 inning from Masahiro Tanaka. He has retired 7 in a row, and we're going to the 4th. It's 5-1 Yankees.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We got a lot of news to tell you about.
Now a developing story from the Bronx.
Sections of the roadway closed right near Kennedy Airport.
Let's get the latest on the weather outside.
Focus on the good stuff.
Go ahead. Wait till you see this video. Can you imagine the shock?
Obviously worth the hype.
I can't wait for this one. 611 is holding the mayor accountable.
You get it all here on the Morning News, folks.
The Pix 11 Morning News starts right here at 4:30 a.m.
Sometimes you have to unfollow your old dreams to chase new ones. This is for the drivers. The ones who do more than defy rules, they change them. This is for the unfollowers. Right now, lease the first ever BMW X2 for as low as $399 a month.
It's just you, me, and the to-do list. Manure shopping on a Sunday? Smells like romance. And a toilet paper pickup, because that's how we roll, baby. Airing your dirty laundry? Oh, no, you didn't. BP gasoline helps clean your engine for more miles per tank and more quality time per tank.
Tomorrow, the Yankees game is back on Yes with another battle here in Boston. Coverage starts at 6 with Audi batting practice today and the Chevy Yankees pregame. Then catch all the action and the series finale with the Red Sox. That's tomorrow night, only on Yes. When Johnny Damon had long hair and a beard before he came to the Yanks. He was teammates with Derek Jeter. Tomorrow, it's going to be Sonny Gray against Rick Porcello. And again, our coverage on Yes starts at 6. First pitch right around 7:07. And another call to the bullpen by the Red Sox. Brought to you by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center.
Does this not look like John Lackey, or am I seeing things? Huh?
Yeah, that's a pretty good call.
It's Heath Hembry, and he deals a strike to Brett Gardner. Price started, went just 1 inning through 35 pitches, gave up 4 runs, and left after the inning, had a tingling in his left hand. That's all we've heard from the Red Sox. Be the 5th game for the right-hander. 6 strikeouts in 5 innings, just 1 walk. 5-1 Yankees. One and two.
Yeah, that cover picture we showed, with Johnny Damon there in the beard, brought back a couple flashbacks. 2 best signs I saw at Yankee Stadium over the years. One was Cowboy Down.
Cowboy Down, yeah.
And the other one was in the '96 World Series when we beat the Braves. It was, y'all go home now.
You hear?
1-2. Still 1 and 2.
Of course, that was the famous rallying cry. I think Kevin Millar of the Red Sox brought that up. Cowboy up.
Yeah.
Everybody cowboy up now.
It's amazing how those things are. You catch on to them if they're for you. If they're like another team or something, you're like, yeah, that's the dumbest thing in the world. Get over it, right?
Which side of the fence you're on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Grounded up the middle, backhanded, and then dropped by Nunez. So Gardner will reach, probably give him a single. So he's 2 for 2 with a walk.
Yeah, speed puts pressure on defense. Nunez going to the whole nose. He's got to come up with this and make a quick throw. Sometimes you rush.
Well, Gardy's got the magic wand going tonight. Nothing about exit velocity on these hits at all, but maybe some leg velocity as he runs down the line. He hit 3 or 4 line drives the first series in Toronto. Got nothing to show for it, so good for Gardy.
Here's Judge. So Paul, so in '96, we played today, we win today. That's it. You guys loved it. Probably everybody else hated it.
You know what? I loved it for a while, but we won a lot that year. We heard it a lot. And then Mariano Duncan used to. I mean, when it's for you, it's fun. But that even got old, didn't it, Coney?
Yeah, I mean, our traveling secretary used to put it on our itinerary at the top. We wore it out.
1-1. Judge has walked and singled and scored a run. Two and one.
I remember we won the World Series in 1990. The Cincinnati Reds, we did a music video. And then it came out, and it was big around the neighborhood, obviously in Cincinnati. And I saw a copy of that like a year ago. I'm like, man, you look weird. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But at the time, when the city's up into it, it was fun.
Look back, you're humiliated now.
Oh. You talked me into it.
It's a story of my professional career, Paulie.
3-1 on Judge. Stanton's on deck. Three and two.
Boy, Hembry had threw a good pitch there. 3-1 right on the outside corner. Didn't give in, and that's the thing that they're not going to give in to Aaron Judge. The 3-1 to be able to dot a slider right on the outside corner.
Now you got to do it again.
Runner goes. Fouled away. I'll do it again.
At the end of the bat, change his weapon there.
And we've said it a lot last year. Aaron Judge's breakout year, especially the first half, and then finishing on a strong note. But he leads the world in 3-2 counts.
Oh.
Just again this year, it seems like 8 out of 9 at bats are 3-2 counts with him.
It was funny, between innings they were playing a song, and a lot of times they'll show ex-players on the video, and it was Freddie Lynn. And you talk about two of the greatest rookie years of all time with Aaron Judge and Freddie Lynn. Freddie Lynn won MVP that year, didn't he, Michael? Rookie of the year and MVP?
Yeah, he did.
Gardner leads. Does not go. Foul back. Slow moving game. Each team being very deliberate, both at the plate and on the mound. The Yankees have 8 hits, and the Red Sox 2 are in the top of the 4th. Hit sharply and past to diving Devers into left field. Another hit for Judge, moving Gardner to second. First and second, nobody out. That'll bring up Stanton. We bring in Meredith Marakovitz. And what was Stanton like in the clubhouse after the game?
Well, Michael, you could sense that he was a little relieved after getting those 2 hits. He told me he was seeing the ball much better. Also, he was able to settle down. He wasn't trying too hard, not trying to do too much. He also added, the approach is simple. Get a pitch to hit. Don't worry about the outside noise. Paul, you talked a little bit about it yesterday, how some of that outside noise can creep in, especially when you first come to the Yankees.
He got a single in his third at bat. He doubled down the left field line. That was after striking out his first 2 times up, giving him 22 on the year. But he had a triple to drive in 2 in the first inning tonight. Then he struck out in the second. Now, strikeouts are going to be part of the equation with him. That's the type of hitter he is. But you live with the strikeouts when he's hitting the ball over the wall and driving in runs.
These are the type at bats that the Yankees want to see him have, where you can't necessarily pitch around him. Gardner gets on base, Judge hits on base. Good pitch to hit right there, a slider.
Count 1-2. And the pitch. Drilled to left center field. On the run is Martinez, and he's going to make the play on the warning track for the first out. Tagging is Gardner. A nice play by J.D. Martinez, taking an extra base hit away from Stanton.
This ball just off the end of the bat is why he didn't drive it out. And again, he had 3 pitches to hit in that at bat. Took 2 of them, but you can tell his swing is much more aggressive. And a hanging slider there, but just off the end of the bat. See how much extension he gets, how his arms get extended. That's when you see the ball jump.
Here's Didi Gregorius. He's 0 for 2. Popped to first and grounded to short. Gardner's at third. Judge is at first. 1 man out here in the 4th. 0-1.
You know, we talked about Didi the other day, Michael, on the broadcast of it, the video that Mike Medved does a great job in the truck force. Brought up this video, and I said it was a wiffle ball that Didi was throwing. It's actually a different product. It's called the Blitz ball. It's a little different. It moves more than a wiffle ball. But it was incredible. Didi was throwing balls that were moving 10
Track
feet.
balls,
yeah,
sliding all over the place. You wish you had that on the mound, huh?
He's my #1 pick in wiffle ball or blitz ball games. He's on the mound.
0-2. There it is.
Wow. Coney, that's trick photography there.
See the yellow ball? That's called a blitz ball. That's not you know, all my wiffle ball aficionados out there got all over me a little bit on that. There's a difference. But
it's a good thing about having a microphone, Cole. You can correct it over a big area all in one shot, you know.
They play Didi to pull 3 infielders on the right side. Devers stays close to third to keep Gardner close to the bag. Fly ball down the left field line. On the run is Martinez. He'll make the catch. Tagging is Gardner. He'll score easily. Sac fly for Gregorius. And the Yankees lead 6-1.
Didi had a frustrating at bat. His first at bat didn't get a runner in from third, but he got the job done there. Pitch away. Slapped it away. That happens when you're in that 4 hole, right, Cody?
yeah,
Expected to drive in runs.
that's covering it though. Go out and cover it and get under it and lift. Really good job by Didi right there. And more importantly, the Yankees continuing to tack on, not living off of that 4-run first. Now 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. Now you have a 5-run lead.
There's Gary Sanchez, a home run and a double. So he's doubled his hit total in this 1 game for the season. 1-0.
You really have to press mentally when you've been struggling, and all of a sudden a night you feel good. You just cannot try to do too much. Already a home run on the board, another hit, an opportunity to have another good at bat here. Just have to continue to add up good at bats, and you know, with his type of hitting and his type of power, things will change in very quick.
It's another moonshot of a home run for Gary Sanchez, similar to his first one at Yankee Stadium.
High fly ball left center. Going back Bradley. Turning. Looking. See ya. Another home run for Sanchez. Another 2-run shot. And the Yankees lead 8-1.
you see him just starting to come around. And boy, if you saw the movement yesterday to today, it seems like a completely different person. And seldom do you see a guy turning around that quick that has come from where he's come from. But boy, I tell you what, he's had some great swings tonight. If you're Aaron Boone, you cannot help but think, wow, this is what I kind of had planned coming into the season with Stanton, Judge, and Sanchez.
Here's Neil Walker.
Again, you see the leg kick, but how soft it comes down, and he covers. His hip is there. It's not opened up. No doubt about this one. This is one of the deeper home runs you'll see at Fenway, deep part of the park.
Line down the right field line, makes the seats.
You want the numbers, Paulie?
Yeah, let me have some exit velo there, Conan.
There you go. 108.3 and 412 feet right there.
412, that usually does it. They get you a jog around the bases, huh?
He hits them high.
Yeah.
Everybody in the stadium can see him.
One and two.
You know, it's funny, as a player, Coney, you know, you're sitting in the hotel room today, and you're kind of preparing as a hitter. You're thinking, you know, I'm going to be facing David Price tonight, has not given up a run all year. And all of a sudden, boom, he's out of the first inning, and the next thing you know, you're in a game where, you know, at this point, 8-1. So things do change quick.
Well, Walker tried to hold up, but the third base umpire, Larry Vanover, said, no, you did not. But the Yankees had 3 more runs. Another home run by Sanchez. It's 8-1 Bombers.
From Seinfeld to Sondheim.
Something is happening in my life.
OG talks to Jason Alexander about his new musical.
You don't think of George Costanza singing with a symphony, but that's exactly what happens.
Tomorrow on the Pix 11 Morning News, New York's very own.
We only have 15 seconds to describe the new signature crafted recipe by McDonald's, garlic white cheddar. Layered with a slice of white cheddar cheese, a medley of crispy garlic chips, and a dramatic drizzle of creamy garlic aioli. Luckily, you can take your time to savor every bite.
This is my Toyota RAV4. It's more tech-savvy than I am. It comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense. Similar features would cost over $6,000 more in a Nissan Rogue. I don't know tech, but I know a good deal. And for that, I give my RAV4 5 stars.
Tested, trusted, Toyota. Right now, lease RAV4 with all-wheel drive for just $169 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Find your Toyota at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Ladies and gentlemen, the box is now completely empty.
Jackpot! I won! Shh! Sorry.
Sometimes we hear voices from the great beyond. It happens.
Play scratch-off games from the New York Lottery and you could be one of over 4 million weekly winners.
We've always loved connecting to stuff. We added routers and modems on top of cables and cable boxes, and wireless internet, which somehow also came with wires. Why can't all those things be one thing? Introducing Altice One from Optimum. One experience now brings together live TV, internet, built-in Wi-Fi, and streaming apps without extra cords or hardware. All your home entertainment is finally under one roof. Altice One. Experience the one. Only from Optimum.
Out of Town Score is brought to you by Hyundai. Get a great deal more than a great deal on all new Hyundai vehicles. Slugfest, Minnesota 9-8 over the Astros. White Sox 2, Tampa Bay 1. That's the final. Seattle 4-2 over Kansas City. Bottom of the 8th, Cleveland leads Detroit. Baltimore in the bottom of the 5th leads Toronto. And Oakland and the Dodgers, a 10-10 start. And there's a strike to J.D. Martinez. Martinez singled in the first inning. 9 hits and 37 at-bats on the year. And the count 0-2. Tomorrow, Rick Porcello against Sonny Gray. And what the Yankees hope will be the rubber game of this 3-game set. And Martinez swings and misses, 1 away.
Well, a splitter down, right over the heart of the plate. Almost hit, yeah, actually hits home plate. And then Gary Sanchez rolls up and hits him in the neck. But those are the ones, I mean, the ones that they aren't breaking off the plate or down and in. They look like they're right down the middle and they go right on top of home plate. You'd be surprised how many guys swing at that pitch.
There's Mitch Moreland. Grounded right into the shift. 2 outs.
When I was warming up before the game, I wasn't happy. Unless I could throw my curveball right on top of home plate in the bullpen. It's a great 0-2 pitch. Whatever your secondary pitch is, whether it's a splitter or a slider, if you can get it to go straight down, that should be your target. Right behind home plate or even on top of home plate. And it's easier to work up from there. It's much harder to make your adjustments if you're hanging your slider or you're breaking stuff and try to bring it back down. It's much easier to make your adjustments back up than trying to get it down if you're missing high.
There's Nunez. 1-0.
You see some frustration with Tanaka, and I don't think he feels like he's sharp. You know, obviously he's got an 8-1 lead, and just from the last couple innings look pretty good. But you know, every once in a while you'll see some emotion from him on location. We've seen it in the past. He's a perfectionist. He wants to throw every single pitch, location-wise, where he wants.
Strike, 2-1.
And Tanaka first came over from Japan. As you see, the strikes to balls in the ratio much better, starting to even out. And he could throw the ball 95 plus.
Fly ball, center field. And Tanaka has retired 10 in a row as the Sox go down in order. We're going to go to the 5th inning. It's all Yankees so far at Fenway, 8-1.
Want more SUV for your money? Check out Hyundai. A family of distinct SUVs from the brand named lowest 5-year cost to own. And with 7 2018 IIHS top safety picks, all thanks to an assortment of advanced safety features. And all of them are backed by America's best warranty. Hyundai SUVs, a great deal more than just a great deal. Right now, come in and get the first ever Kona for an APR as low as 1.9%. Hurry, offers end April 30th.
When you have amazing internet, you can stream amazing shows. And Fios gives you the fastest internet available for just $79.99 a month with a 2-year agreement, plus you get 1 year of Netflix on us. So don't wait to get Fios gigabit connection on the 100% fiber optic network so you can stream on up to 100 devices at once. Hurry, offer ends soon. So get the fastest internet available, plus Netflix, plus up to 250 TV channels, plus phone, plus a 2-year price guarantee. All for just $79.99 per month. Hurry, this offer ends April 18th. Go to getfios.com to switch today.
Sands Bethlehem. Deal me in.
The Range Rover Velar. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Wake up with Betty, Dan, Byron, Marissa, and the rest of the Picks Morning News crew with all the news, weather, and traffic you need to start your day. Mornings from 4:30 to 9 on the Picks 11 Morning News New York's very own. Well, we'll keep a close eye on this matchup as Tyler Austin will lead off against Hembry. And Austin had that slide into second, and the first pitch is a strike. Brock Holt took exception. Both benches emptied for absolutely no reason. Both bullpens emptied, same deal. Bottom third of the Yankee order here in the fifth. Yankees lead 8-1. 1-1. Yankees have 10 hits, Red Sox 2. Austin walked and had an RBI single. And he's really a different hitter against lefty pitching. 17 for 49 against left-handers. See what he does against the righty Hembry with a 1-2 count. He strikes out, one away.
A couple fastballs inside, and if you finish off with a slider away outside the strike zone.
Well, that's the equalizer, right? I mean, they make movies about that stuff, right? Trouble with the curve. The platoon advantage is a real thing and can be a big deal. It's the last hump for a lot of guys to overcome.
Yeah.
I'm sure you, as a left-handed batter facing the lefties, something you had to that evolved.
I'll tell you what, right when you get to the major leagues, there's not too many people that aren't dead fastball hitters. And as you get older, you become a better breaking ball hitter because you see a lot of them, and you just, you always are trying to improve on, what is holding you back.
They have the shift on for the youngster Tyler Wade. The 0-1. 0-2. If you joined us late, David Price pitched the first inning, gave up 4 runs. First 4 earned runs he gave up this year. Then left after throwing 35 pitches. Had a tingling in his left hand. That's what the Red Sox have announced. I'm sure they're looking a little deeper into it. Gary Sanchez has had a night. 3 hits, 2 home runs. And Giancarlo Stanton with a 2-run triple of the first inning. And Sanchez, whose career is relatively still new, this is his 8th career multi-home run game already. One-two. Fly ball, center field. Bradley is there. 2 away.
Wade's another guy that Aaron Boone would love to see get going because he can add some speed to this lineup, some stolen bases, first to third, scoring a double from first, to some of the other options to score runs. Same thing with Andujar at the plate. This guy can hit, and right now he's not putting up the type of numbers that he's accustomed to, and the Yankee organization thinks he will.
Andujar with a swing and a miss. Andujar, the 2017 Minor League Player of the Year for the Yankees. And now when he chops to third, Devers backs up. And a 1-2-3 inning for Heath Hembree and the Red Sox. We played 4.5. We're halfway through. Yankees lead this one 8-1.
Every single day, Adapt Community Network changes the lives of people with disabilities. I'm Tamsin Fidel. Watch Changemakers every week on the Pix 11 News and find out how you can become a changemaker too.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Imagine your romantic getaway at El Dorado Spa Resorts. Enjoy one of our several beach destination retreats, including Palafitos, Mexico's only overwater bungalow suites, oceanfront pampering, personalized services, breathtaking views, romantic sunset dips, luxurious accommodations, and the gourmet inclusive experience. The perfect recipe for your authentic Mexican escape. Discover the beauty, the flavors of El Dorado Spa Resorts.
Love to sleep? Then you'll love the most comfortable mattress on earth. Talk to a Raymore & Flanigan sleep expert. They can hook you up with all the best brands with up to 60 different styles in the showroom. That's more than any mattress store in town and at the guaranteed lowest prices. After all, you have to sleep on your new mattress for a long, long time. Better choose it well. The choice is simple. Love to sleep? You'll love Raymore & Flanigan.
Gary, I feel like's been actually close the whole time. You know, I think if you look back at his at-bats, he's hit a number of balls on the screws. But I feel like Gary's close and hopefully on the verge of breaking out.
Very prescient words by Aaron Boone before the game. I guess he was close. He's 3 for 3 with a couple of home runs. And even Sanchez said, I don't think I've had bad at-bats. I think it'll come, and it's come so far today as the Yankees lead 8-1. Tanaka deals a strike to Bradley, and the pitch. 0-2.
You know, I just saw something I don't think I've ever seen. I saw Gary Sanchez before the first pitch open up something there. Is this checking out how to pitch, or what he threw to him last time, or the scouting report? I mean, it's just like Peyton Manning going back to throw. You know, look at the defense. It's amazing.
A lot of teams have gone to that this year because you can't visit the mound that much. So there's a change of signs that you have to go to, and obviously, I guess there's scouting reports as well.
Won't be long before we have iPads back there, Michael. Huh?
We've got them up here.
Yeah, I just don't know my password. Other than that, everything's fine.
Need one of those for you up here in the booth, you know, veal parmesan, chicken scallopine.
Just give me a button or two when I can end them or send them up.
Like Grubhub, you know, hit the button.
Nice. It's part of the ballpark experience, right, Cody? Enjoy all the food.
The food nowadays. Wow, everybody's up their game everywhere.
Everywhere. You know, it's funny. We talked yesterday how so many things have not changed at Fenway, and on camera, you come here and it looks so different. You know, most ballparks, clam chowder. Well, of course, there's your local delicacy. Clam chowder. You a clam chowder thing, Michael? I guarantee you have probably never had it, right?
You would be correct.
Whatever.
Some things are standard, though, right? Standard bearers, popcorn, pretzels.
You ever had a pretzel, Michael?
Yes, I've had a pretzel.
All right.
Not with mustard on it.
No. Hey, you act like that's a bad question or something.
That one is lined in the left center field. It's a base hit. Cutting over is Gardner. Cuts the ball off, and Bradley makes a big turn as he picks up a leadoff single in the bottom of the fifth. All right, so Paul, you were saying how from up here it looks the same.
No, on camera, like you see the overhead view, but when you get down on the field, it doesn't, look like it does on camera. It just, you don't realize how low it is out here, and how tall the monster. For me, it just looks different in person. And the one thing that I always notice here, and I never understood it, where the base pass, from the overhead view, you can see it. They're rounded off dirt-wise. These big round things here have not changed, and usually that's a grass area straight down the line, and I never understood it. It always made this field look kind of weird to me.
Did it bother you running the bases?
No, I didn't notice it running the bases. It's just like when you took the field and you were running out. It's just like the groundskeeper got a little antsy and just took out a hunk of grass over here, because usually that all right in there, it's all grass.
Crowd trying to get the Red Sox back into it as Bradley snapped a streak of 10 in a row retired.
You ever come up here as a young kid, Mike, as a fan?
No.
No?
No.
You weren't part of the big New York thing to come up for a weekend series or something?
Nope. First time I came, it was covering for the Post.
Enjoyed that lovely locker room where you could really sit down and relax.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. And the players enjoyed having us there. Fly ball right field. Judge. Now the visitors locker room, that has not changed much since 1912.
Nope. The only thing, the players lounge, you have to go out the back, go down a hallway, do this just to get to an area to get away from everything. But you're right. You go down that tunnel, and Coney and I were talking about today, the tunnel to the dugout still smells the same. There's so much history and stories from this place. It's still a fun place to play baseball. But that visitors locker room, there's not enough room for the press and the players.
Especially for playoff series.
Yeah.
The walkway that Paul's talking about, it's a very narrow walkway, concrete walls on each side, not dressed up at all. There's like wooden planks on the floor. And when you walk down, you could feel this is where Lou Gehrig and Joe DiMaggio walked down this same aisle.
That damp smell, and your spikes kind of click and dig into the wood plywood. It is Fenway Park. And I tell you, another place that brings back, like, when you go in the room behind the scoreboard, Coney, you've been back there, right?
Yes.
Man, there's writings. There might be people laying out there. I don't know, but there's it's a deep, dark place, and there's been a lot of people over the years sign the walls. And it's part of the history of this place.
That's the camera inside the wall. That's the picture you're seeing right now. That one is laced to left field, a base hit for Holt. Cutting over is Judge. Bradley will stop at second. Throw comes into third. So first and second with one man out. Back to the top of the order in bets.
Well, Tanaka so far has been able to keep Betts no hits. Obviously, yesterday we talked about in the opening, grand slam, 4 hits. He is their hottest hitter, still hitting over 400. So again, another important bat. You don't want them to get that big hit to bust this thing where they have an opportunity to get back in this game. I mean, when you've won 9 games in a row, and then you start a little momentum, you just think it's going to continue, Coney. And you really have to shut the door on a confident team, and that's what the Red Sox are right now.
There's a strike from Tanaka.
Well, that's the point, right? I mean, confidence can be fleeting in this game, even for the best of players. And you can see right there, that graphics tells you something.
That's quite a game. Nice kid, too. Talked to him around the cage today. He's just one of those kids that you can tell. Always has a smile on his face. Just likes to play the game of baseball. Just happens to be very good at it.
1-2. And on top of being a pretty good ball player, he's a great bowler. He's bowled 10 300 games.
Yeah. In the double figures.
A lot of people think he's named after Mookie Wilson. He's not. His mom and dad's favorite basketball player was Mookie Blaylock, former Net. So he became Mookie. Now his full name is Marcus Lynn Betts. You know why they gave him that middle name?
Marcus Lynn? How about Freddie Lynn?
Nope.
Okay.
They wanted his initials. Seriously, they wanted his initials to be MLB because they thought he was going to be a baseball player.
It's a great story you got there, Mike. You kept that one in your holster. Huh? Kept that all the way to the 5th inning. See, I have a story that good, Michael. It comes out in the 1st. I just can't hold back.
You
right?
just empty the chamber.
That's true. If it's a long game, I'm in trouble.
1-2. Did he go?
Oh, wow. What a pitch right there, Cody. You want that one, right?
Tough one to lay off. But this is perfectly executed when you're ahead in the count. Put the pressure on the umpire. Sanchez with a quiet glove. Mookie Betts take it and hope.
Yeah, you see that grimace, like, don't call it.
Two. That's going to be a base hit to left field. That's going to go to the wall. Bradley rounds third. He'll score. Moving to third is Holt. It's an RBI double for Betts. And the Yankees are up 8-2.
Wow, that's what happens. You take a borderline pitch when you're a hot hitter. You get one more swing, and this is what happens. Run scoring double. Tries to throw the same pitch. A little flat at the end, Coney. Not a lot of break. Ends up off the green monster.
One too many times to the well. And that's Mookie Betts' style. He can go out and hook the ball. He's a really good pull hitter, one of the best pull hitters in the game, which is why he matches up so well here at Fenway.
Here's Devers. Big cut.
Yeah, Devers, you can tell he comes down that on deck circle ready for that fastball. Tanaka taking a lot off that pitch there.
The 0-1. 1-1.
Good job by Gary Sanchez, man, on third base. Boy, you got to know when you call that split finger. This could well happen. See that grip. And watch the ball end up down in the dirt. Got his glove turned and his body in front.
One. Just missed.
Here's a question for you, Coney. Target fastball. All right. This is a fastball right here. You're looking right to hit that target. Now, when you're throwing that split finger, You still aiming for that target knowing it's going to drop, or are you throwing down to get that ball into the dirt?
You know, a lot of times you would aim for maybe the shoulder of the catcher, or you'd pick out a spot on his body on where to aim it rather than the glove on off-speed pitches.
3-1.
Fastballs are a different story.
Yeah, you know, that's a straight pitch where you're trying to dot that glove, but
Tanaka starting to feel it a little bit here. With only one out, second, third. Now you fall behind in the count to a really good fastball hitter in Devers. With a hot hitter on deck.
Three and two.
He challenged him at 89, but he threw it down. You know, he got the ball down out of the strike zone. A little bit off of it, actually.
Had a little wrinkle to it. Tanaka did not give in. Devers, bit of a free swinger, looking for a fastball, did not really get it.
Checks the runner back to second as Betts dives back. 3-2 count, 1 out. Yankees are up 8-2. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the number 2 hitter in the Red Sox order, Rafael Devers, is at the plate with Hanley Ramirez on deck. Fly ball. Left field. Catch is made. And the throw cut off by Andujar.
Well, it ended up being a big out, 89, and really kind of got a lot of the strike zone. You know, he took enough off of it in a hitter's mind. You know, 3-2, important pitch. You see split finger, but he kind of hung it a little bit. Devers wide open, looking for that fastball, ready to yank it. Just got under it.
Just enough to take his legs away.
Well, here is red hot Hanley Ramirez. A laser home run against the back advertisement behind the Green Monster.
That's why I think he did not give in to Devers with the base open. Hanley Ramirez is too dangerous, and he's just got too much. He's got too many runs batted in even early in this season. You want to get a little wiggle room where if you get behind him, you know, first base is open.
When they retired him, he hit a laser to Andujar at third. And speaking of lasers, that home run 117.5 miles per hour tonight. Those are the top 3 exit velo hits this season. (1-0) inside 2-0. Now JD Martinez is on deck. Holt leads off third, Betts off second. The 2-0. 3-0.
As dangerous as JD Martinez is, Hanley Ramirez is a good hitter that's hot. So if you're Tanaka, you got to figure in, you know, you're going to have to hit my perfect pitch. I'm not going right after you.
And he walked him on 4 pitches to load the bases and bring up Martinez. Martinez, the big free agent signing, the big addition for the Red Sox. In February, they signed him to a 5-year, $109.5 million contract. Going into the offseason, his agent was looking for 7 years, $210. That was not there. Well, there are a couple of opt-outs in that contract. He's 30 years old, had a great season last year. Driven deep to center field. Going back, Gardner, turning, looking, see ya! A grand slam for Martinez. And the Yankees are up 8-6.
Absolutely, this might be the defining moment for J.D. Martinez. A big grand slam. Actually, we talked about it. You don't want to give them an opportunity to get back in the game because they believe winning 9 in a row, it's going to happen again. Tanaka, you've got to bowl your neck here and get through another inning or two. It is what it is, Coney. It's over now. You really can't get it back. For a while, Brett Boone, Larry Rothschild looked like it was going to be a fun day at the office, but nothing. Something at Fenway, you just score runs. It's just the way this ballpark is set. The Red Sox have always played well at home. You got that sound, no doubt about it.
One out to Moreland. High drive, right field. On the run is Judge, and he's going to have to play it, but it bounces into the seats for a double. Let's look at the grand slam and how it reads on StatCast. Traveled 436 feet. Exit below of 112.4.
Put something in perspective, as you see Larry Rothschild coming out 112. That's an absolute rocket bullet. Last year Stanton led all of baseball with the fastest. It was 122. So it's I don't know if warm weather has anything to do with it or getting loose. Some of these big power hitters still have some more to come before the year's over.
Well, we saw Gary Sanchez break out on the Yankee side, and J.D. Martinez coming through big after walking the bases loaded, pitching around Ramirez. First pitch swinging, and then so efficient from the second through the fourth, and this is trouble all over it. We saw Chad Green now warming up, even though Tanaka's pitch count still relatively in control. You got to feel like he might make a change even if he gets this out at this point. It's decision time for the Yankee bench.
And also, you got to realize, Conan, we talked about it early down in the locker room. You get a guy up and hot in this kind of weather. It's hard to sit them back down and then get hot again, you know, a half an hour later, a different inning. A lot of times when you get pitchers up in this type of weather, you know, you almost have to bring them in or you're going to lose them.
Yeah, we had that talk with Larry Rothschild, you and I, before the game, and he alluded to that fact. You got Chad Green up. He's going to come in this game.
Fouled away. So a 5 spot here in the 5th has certainly made this a bit of a nail biter. Yankees up 8-6. Runner at second. And a pitch to Nunez. 2-1.
I'll tell you, one thing you have noticed, Coney, is how patient the Red Sox hitters are compared to other organizations, just swinging at that ball out of the strike zone. That'd be frustrating for Tanaka. He's seen it so much from other teams, and here it's almost like they're bringing him into the strike zone where he doesn't want to be.
2-1. 2-2. It all started with the Bradley leadoff single that broke a streak of 10 straight Sox retired by Tanaka. Vasquez with a fly ball to right, then Holt singled to left. Then an RBI double by Betts. Then Devers with a fly ball to left, and they're almost out of it. But a walk to Ramirez to load the bases. J.D. Martinez, a grand slam into the center field seats. And then Moreland picked up a double. And the pitch. Missed outside, 3-2. So it has all gone awry for Tanaka here in the fifth.
I just have to wonder if he walks him, if you go to the bullpen and Chad Green. Big decision.
3-2, 2 outs, 8-6 Yankees, bottom of the fifth, runner at second. Fights it off and fouls it off.
Well, Cody, you talk about the pitch count of being 82, but when you break it down, you have so many easy, and all of a sudden you're in the 30s in one inning. Much more exhausting than when you spread it out 10-15 an inning. 37 to this point.
Yeah, I think one way or another, this is his last hitter on the night.
Came in with a 2.92 ERA, and that certainly changed. It has gone up to 5.29. In large part to this inning. And the 3-2. Popped up. Walker puts it away, but not before the Red Sox score 5. The big blow off the bat of J.D. Martinez. Our grand slam. We're going to the 6th. It's a tight one. 8-6 Yankees.
They want to use your driver's license.
Giving everything to Big Brother, will be safer. Not the case.
The NYPD says facial recognition could help them identify missing persons, new law enforcement tool, or a violation of your privacy. Tomorrow on the Pix 11 Morning News.
Now that I'm retired, I'm spending time relaxing.
Order for Steve. Skechers Relaxed Fit Shoes for instant comfort.
So my feet get to relax too.
Baby face, you got the cutest little baby face. There's not another who can take your place. Baby face, my poor heart is thumping. You sure have started something, baby face. I'm up in heaven when I'm in your fond embrace. Ooh, and I need a show because I'm in love with my pretty baby face.
Let me guess, another spring event. Wrong. It's the Honda Dream Garage spring event. You can get big deals on Honda's amazing vehicles, and take it from me, these are all pretty amazing. Oh look, it's my amazingly amazing Honda IndyCar. Which is a great segue for me to say race into the Honda Dream Garage spring event happening right now. Don't worry, baby, you're not for sale.
The Honda Dream Garage spring event is on now. You could get a great deal on a Honda vehicle at your local Honda dealer.
Well, fans, you're going to want to make sure you're at Yankee Stadium on Monday, April 23rd, as the Yankees celebrate the 20th anniversary of David Wells' perfect game with one of the hottest collectibles of the season. It's David Wells bobblehead night, the first in the 2018 collectible series, presented by AT&T for the first 18,000 guests in attendance. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Fourth pitcher for the Red Sox, Matt Barnes, comes in. Heath Hembree did a good job. It'll be the top of the order for the Yankees to start the 6th. And a strike. Two for two and a walk for Gardner with 2 runs scored. Now the Yankees looking to pick up some of the runs they just gave back. Otherwise, the Red Sox definitely have the momentum here.
Well, a couple of hits, just your numbers just jump. You know, I mean, obviously 10 games into the season, Gardner average and on base percentage up to normal levels.
2-1. Missed outside, 3-1. Aaron Judge is on deck.
Chad Green sat down. Coney, surprising?
Very. He would be in the game. That would be my choice right now.
Might sit down and get back up with an out or two. See?
It's a cold night. Tanaka's struggling putting hitters away all of a sudden.
And Gardner on for the 4th time. He'll work a leadoff walk here in the 6th, and that brings up Judge with a runner on first.
You know,
Barnes struggles against the Yankees. 18 games in his career. He's 1-0, but with a bloated 6.48 ERA.
Use that word every once in a while, Mike. Bloated. That's never good when you're talking about somebody's ERA.
Or myself.
Yeah? What?
Judge 2 for 2 with a walk, hitting .364.
You know, it's interesting to me when I look, you know, Brett Gardner, the game that he's played tonight, you know, base hits, couple cheap hits, but, you know, some walks. There's been times in his career when the Yankees needed him to hit some home runs, and he hit some big game-winning home runs. He is your true leadoff hitter now. I mean, if he can work walks and singles with as much power with Judge and Stanton Sanchez behind him, you know, he can score. He could score 120 runs just by getting on base. And it's, I think it's taking him back to the beginning of his career where he, you know, he can use his speed. He can use his eye at the plate.
Well, they said he went around on that. Well, the Judge agrees. Now the Yankee base running, and Aaron Boone admits this, has not been good this year. It's been sloppy. They've made outs on the bases that they should not. And with a team that depends on the home run, you don't want to be making outs on the bases. Two and one.
Boy, Aaron Judge has been so good at laying off that high fastball, and they continue. That was a scouting report for a while. You know, throw that ball above his belt, above the letters. He'll swing at it. Boy, he's been very good at laying off so far.
Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second. It goes into center field. Getting up and heading to third is Gardner. So a stolen base and an E2, and the Yankees have a runner on third with nobody out.
Again, good things. Brett Gardner, he's running, he's stealing bases, he's getting singles, he's walking, he's scoring runs. Just what you want him to do with the top of the lineup. Good jump, good read.
Can pick the right pitch to go on too. Off speed. One of the beauties of Brett Gardner, the veteran base runner, has been so efficient throughout his career in terms of stolen base percentage.
It is very easy to kind of pick with Judge and Stanton, you know, because you're not going to get that maybe one fastball in a count anyway.
Infield in, 2-2 to Judge. Strike 3, Judge down looking. One away.
know, this is the one place where strikeouts will hurt you when it's a man on third base. You see he kind of got caught flat-footed like he was looking inside, got on his heels. Sometimes as a hitter that, you know, you've been walked so many times, you don't expect guys to go after you. And it's almost a surprise you can't pull the trigger.
Here's Stanton. Infield still in. Pitch up and away.
This is not an enviable position to be in if you're an infielder with Judge and Stanton back to back playing in.
Base hit up the middle for Stanton. That brings home Gardner. A big RBI for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees answer with a run, so now it's 9-6.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. Just, I mean, he hammered the ball right up the middle. But if you look back 7, 8 at bats, he's had 7 or 8 quality at bats in a row. Stayed on top of that and just laced it up the middle. I think behind the baseball, and again, not a lot of movement. He's so strong that he doesn't really have to gather anything. He drawed a lot of runs in the middle of the field.
So he has 3 ribbies on the night. Here's Didi Gregorius. And a strike.
I'm surprised, as good as Barnes' breaking ball is, Coney, that he would give Stanton a fastball out over the plate. Something he could handle.
Notice how hard that ball was hit.
Yeah.
Like nobody reacted on the infield. It was already in center field.
That one gets away from Vasquez as Stanton advances to second.
Breaking ball spin right on top of home plate. And you can see Vasquez expected a bounce and it skidded on the rubber of home plate and stayed low.
Right through the wickets off the umpire's shin guard.
They scored that a wild pitch. A wild pitch and a strike, so the count 0-2. 9-6 Yankees. One and two.
A nice little answer back from the Yankees after the 5 runs in the last half inning. Yankees bullpen is well rested. Aaron Boone addressed that before the game between Chad Green, Dellin Betances, David Robertson, and Chapman all available.
And another one gets by Vasquez, and that allows Stanton to move to third.
Cross up, Paul, and Vasquez is expecting something off speed, and Hunter Wendelstedt was too.
Wow.
And the other 3 umpires come to home plate to check out Wendelstedt.
See Vasquez concerned, checked with the home plate umpire before he even retrieved the ball. It just shows you a major league catcher, you know, that's why you give signs. You have to know what's coming.
Yeah.
If you're expecting something 80 miles an hour and it's 93 and straight, he didn't even come close to getting his glove on that. Hunter Wendelstedt seems like he's okay with the thumbs up.
Yeah, a little buckle there, so it did daze him a little bit.
I remember having his father.
Yeah.
Was an umpire as well. Harry Wendelstedt.
Harry was a professional, no doubt about it. Just an umpire that pretty much all of our careers, huh?
He was good. He's somebody you could talk to.
Yeah.
He would give you a little slack on the leash.
Infield is in. Fly ball center field. Backing up, Bradley. He'll make the catch, tagging Stanton. He will score. It's another sac fly for Gregorius. And now it's 10-6 Yankees.
Didi's going to like this 4-hole. Break up these righties 3 separate times tonight. He's had an opportunity with men on third base. 2 out of the 3 times he succeeded.
Well, those 2 wild pitches, very costly.
Yeah, a gift. Nice gift from the Yankees. Take advantage.
And here's Gary Sanchez. He's had a night. Couple of 2-run home runs, a double, 3 runs scored. 10-6 Yankees. So taking some of the starch out of the 5 runs that the Red Sox put up in the 5th inning. Not all of it, though. Want to know.
Chad Green was just taking a break. He said once you get warm on a cold night like this, you might as well go in the game.
Chopped to third on the short hop, Devers, and they finally retire Sanchez. But the Yankees get a run on 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left on base. Actually 2 runs. They're up 10-6.
Today's time and temperature is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Isn't it about time to switch your car insurance and save? Visit cure.com today.
This is my Toyota Camry. It comes with Toyota Safety Sense Standard, which means it sometimes has better reflexes on the road than I do. A car with technology that helps ensure my safety is something I can support. And that's why I give my Camry 5 seatbelts.
Tested, trusted, Toyota. Lease a new 2018 Camry for just $209 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Find your Toyota at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The remote control was the best thing to happen to TV since sliced bread, which had been invented a few years earlier. Then we added more.
So many buttons.
And more. And more. But more is not the same thing as better. Introducing Altice One from Optimum.
What do you want to watch? Drama.
One remote with an easy-to-use voice search to find all your favorite shows. Now all it takes is one. Altice One. Experience the one. Only from Optimum.
And if we follow the North Star up, we'll be able to spot Ursa Major.
Woo! Yes!
Okay. It appears we have an Ursa Major fan here today. Great. Anyone want to give it up for Cassiopeia? Anyone?
Play scratch-off games from the New York Lottery and you could be one of over 4 million weekly winners.
The sub above difference is the slicer. After all, if a sub isn't made with meat and cheese sliced to order, you should be a little suspicious. Sliced thin, sliced now. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
We take a look now at the Red Sox in-game box score brought to you by the New York Lottery. 7 hits in there. The RBI double by Betts. The big hit, the grand slam by J.D. Martinez. A solo home run by Hanley Ramirez. Got a double by Moreland, a single and a run scored by Bradley, single and a run scored by Holt. And that will bring in Chad Green, and we also have an update from Meredith Marakovitz on Aaron Hicks.
Well, Michael, good news on the injury front. Aaron Hicks could be back as soon as tomorrow, according to Aaron Boone. He played 9 innings with the Rail Riders tonight, went 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. So they could be getting some help in that outfield. And as we know, that would enable Aaron Boone to DH Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge a little bit more.
There's a ground ball left side, a base hit for Bradley to start off the sixth against Chad Green.
Coney, if you look back, it's your typical Fenway Park slugfest. Both teams now kind of teeing off.
Joe Kelly getting hot.
A lot of numbers up there.
We should note that the throwing error in the top of the sixth inning by Vasquez, the first error committed by the Red Sox this year. They were the first major league team in history to go their first 10 games without committing an error. So the Vasquez throw into center field on the stolen base by Gardner, their first one of the year. That pitch was 95 miles an hour. Tonight's high-speed pitch comes from Bob's. Everything's better with a Bob Opedic. Find out why at mybobs.com. Now the Yankees slow start. A lot of it can be pinned on the bullpen. 26 earned runs. That's the third most in Major League Baseball in 45 and a third innings pitched. So this was supposed to be an overwhelming strength of this team. Aaron Boone still thinks it will be, but they have struggled out of the gate. Brian Cashman spoke to the assembled media here at Fenway today, and he said, we've got to figure it out. He said, we have a guy, Tommy Canley, who is throwing 3 miles an hour slower than he did last year. And he goes, and we've got to figure out why that is and correct the flaw that's making him do that. But he was a big part of what they did last year, and he also had command. So the velocity and the command, not near the same as what it was last year.
If you look at the strikeout totals, they're still up. The velocity total's still up. But it has not equaled a lot of zeros out there in big situations.
Nobody saw that coming. I mean, that's the last thing you thought about in spring training. There were a half a dozen other issues that you looked at before you even had a second thought about the Yankee bullpen collectively.
It's funny, you went into camp and you thought, there might be a spot here for an infielder or a spot here. There was absolutely no spots really in the bullpen. I mean, it was set. I mean, Aaron Boone knew what he had, set it up the way he wanted to.
Nice play there by Walker. He fires to second. What a play by Gregorius, and almost turned it into 2. How did Gregorius make that catch on the Walker throw?
I'll tell you, we talked earlier on that play in the hole about his arm strength. I mean, you know how hard it is from a sitting position to throw this ball to first base?
Might be worth another look too. Walker, good glove work. That ball was hit hard. Not only make the catch, but as Paula said, just throw from his backside. It looks like he was safe. Rough time to come in with high spikes on that slide.
Wow, that goes back to the old days where you would just get pummeled as a shortstop there. You'd almost cover up and not even try to throw. The new rules puts a lot less pressure on the shortstop and the second baseman turning to double play. Gets closer every time we look at it, Cody.
Every angle.
Foul ball down the left field line. 2-1 on Brock Holt. Fouled away. So 12 pitches for Green, 9 strikes. Yankees lead 10-6. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. So they need a couple of innings out of Chad Green. 2-2. Still 2-2. Holt playing shortstop as Xander Bogaerts on the DL. Broken talus bone in his ankle. 2-2. Fouled away, and he was interviewed after the game last night. He said, I don't know how I broke it. He said it wasn't on the top near the dugout. It wasn't when I landed. He said, I didn't think I broke anything until I tried to stand on it, and then I knew that something was wrong. But he was not in a walking boot yesterday, and that's a great sign. They expect it to heal quickly without a cast or any surgery. Two. Let's see if the Yankees can turn 2. There's 1, and there's 2. So Green got what he needed. No runs a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Let's go to the 7th. It's 10-6 Yanks.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We got a lot of news to tell you about.
Now a developing story from the Bronx.
Sections of the roadway closed right near Kennedy Airport.
Let's get the latest on the weather outside.
Focus on the good stuff.
Go ahead. Wait till you see this video. Can you imagine the shock?
Obviously worth the hype.
I can't wait for this one. 611 is holding the mayor accountable.
You get it all here on the morning news, folks.
The Pix 11 morning news starts right here at 4:30 a.m.
The Friends and Family Sale is back. At Mattress Firm, we think of our customers as family. So we'd like to extend our Friends and Family Sale to you. Save an additional 20% on America's best-selling brands. Hurry in, this sale ends soon. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
5-hour energy can get you back to 100%. It can even get you to the 2018 MLB All-Star Game.
Now batting, Jose Altuve.
Buy any 5-hour energy product, including Cherry Extra Strength. Snap a picture of your receipt and send it in. Your trip to the MLB All-Star Game could be in the bag. 5-hour energy, official partner of the MLB All-Star Game.
New TV, new speakers, Netflix. This is going to be the place for binge watching, ladies.
Is it, ladies? Don't get me wrong. You have killer tech, Mrs. G, but you still don't have Fios.
Okay.
Fios is a 100% fiber optic network, literally engineered for streaming.
Good advice.
I've also got some ideas on a better cereal selection, which I will keep to myself.
Experience Netflix on the 100% fiber optic network made for streaming. Switch to Fios and get a year of Netflix on us with a 2-year agreement.
At Mattress Firm, we think of our customers as family, so we'd like to extend our 20% Friends and Family savings to you. Plus, this Friday through Sunday only, you can also save the tax, only during the Friends and Family sale. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Well, let's take a peek at the Yankees in-game box score. It's brought to you by the New York Lottery. So the Yankees have 11 hits, 2 for Gardner, 2 for Judge, 2 for Stanton, including 3 ribbies, 2 sac flies by Gregorius. Gary Sanchez 3 for 4, double, 2 home runs, 4 ribbies, 3 runs scored, a single by Walker, single walk and a ribby by Austin. So a lot of production for the Yankees through 6, and we are going to the 7th. That is where we are. That's the back of our heads. And to my right, you see John Sterling, and there's Paul trying to get a bearing on how big my head actually is.
I was trying to get you in the screen. All in a fun day of work.
Yeah, great. Here's Neil Walker, and he'll take a strike. Joe Kelly, the 5th pitcher for the Red Sox. It's weird, Paul. Our wives get along so well, and you're just antagonistic is what you are.
No. You notice when we came to the booth today, they put me right next to you. You know, if we had things going, they'd put Coney in between us. Man, we're tight.
Yeah, he's a peacemaker.
Yeah. Instigator, Coney. That's why they put him on the other side over there.
1-1. Ground ball left side. And Walker's out. 1 away.
Your best one was in Anaheim that one year. And you know the big hat out in front of the big A in Anaheim?
Well, you know, you do a lot of games together. Certain things come up. It's just the way it happens.
With Tyler Austin, we're in the 7th inning. Yankees lead 10-6.
Yeah, Michael brought up, you know, after that slide, you had to watch his next at bat. So I think that they reviewed what happened and considered it to be pretty clean.
Also, there's 17 more games after this one, and you know they already had a deficit. They didn't need to put another runner on base. Austin walked in the first, an RBI single in the third, struck out in the fifth. This is what Paul's talking about, the slide by Austin in the 3rd inning, going into second base. Brock Holt didn't like it. And the bench is emptied, so do the bullpens.
So I actually think Joe Kelly just took a shot at Austin there on that last pitch and missed.
Now, if a pitcher takes a shot at a batter and misses, is, hey, okay, you're okay? Or does he keep trying?
No, yeah, he didn't double up there, so
usually if you were Roger Clemens, you would go way away with no chance to swing and get out of there and then come back in. I remember facing Clemens. If he ever threw a ball way outside, boy, I knew the next one was coming up and in.
And there it is. And Austin does not like it. Now he's going to head toward the mound. Now this is a brawl. Austin's right in the middle of it. Looks like his mouth is cut as well. Well, you don't want to deal with those two.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Judge is moving the pile. He's almost stuffing the pile back into the Red Sox dugout.
Well, you were right, David. That first one was a try.
Yeah, he was going after him, and they tried to set it up and go away a couple
went away,
pitches.
came back in, and he wasn't going to miss that time. But I tell you what, it's a little uncalled for early in the year. You're right, Michael. There's a lot of time left. But you know what? This starts off bad blood for the rest of the year. It's kind of the fans are going to love it. This is going to add excitement, and this is going to add drama to every game the Boston and New York play now.
The Yankees and their size advantage is clearly apparent. They started in the middle of the field, and Judge and Stanton pushed it almost back to the Red Sox dugout. This whole melee is happening in front of the dugout now, and Aaron Judge was leading the charge. He was pushing back about 10 guys at once.
Well, I think Austin got to Kelly. You know, obviously they're going to show the replays, but
you put Stanton and Judge side by side, and then Sabathia came in behind, and the whole pile was moved. Look at them. They're stuffed into their own dugout.
Don't come out.
So the man who pushed Austin into the Yankee dugout was Marcus Timms, who's a big man in his own right. And he's also trying to keep Phil Nevin out of the middle of it. And Nevin's trying to inch back as well. That's Tommy Canely. And again, Timms playing the peacemaker. Now, David, retaliation, is that called by the manager, or the players just do it on their own?
Veteran team doesn't need to have a manager tell them, but you can tell the way that Brock Holt was upset originally with the play. The bench is cleared. You could just sense it. You knew something was going to come when the opportunity presented itself.
Well, the rivalry is back with two new managers and two, kind of laid-back managers too. So it didn't take them long to realize it. When you wear these uniforms, it means something.
Well, we showed you yesterday the big brawl with Lou Piniella and Bill Lee, where Bill Lee separated his shoulder. We have the Kareem Garcia incident as well, when Don Zimmer was thrown to the ground, and now this added to the lore. And he's thinking about it, and he said, you know what, I'm going to go.
I think he actually got to him late.
And Judge right in the middle there.
Yeah, you're right, Coney. It's like that blocking sled. It's going one way, away.
You talk about momentum. And now it's on.
Well, Vasquez really saved his pitcher because he got a hold of Austin's jersey, slowed down his momentum.
I mean, that is the scary part. Whenever this happens, you've got a lot of value there. Hopefully nobody got hurt on either side. Austin's a big boy himself, very strong. Obviously did not feel that his slide was dirty at all, and took exception to this.
You know, when you saw the replay, he went back to Holden. He said, you know, what do you want?
Well, first Austin was down, and then he got up and tackled Kelly, who's trying to get out of there. He's also being held by Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has Joe Kelly in a headlock to try to pull him away. So now the umpires have to decide who gets thrown out of the game.
Well, it's Aaron Judge's decision. Do I pinch his head off, or do I just try to get him out of the way here?
Looked like Andre the Giant moving the pile there.
Yeah. Didn't HBO advertise last night? You know, you can usually tell by a player's reaction, and if you watch the reaction at the end of that slide, he looked at him like, what are you talking about? I didn't, you know, and usually, you know, you get up and you can tell by this reaction he'd had enough.
Aaron Judge is trying to play peacemaker, actually. He's trying to break it up. He took no shots at all. No. And he had Joe Kelly in a very compromising position, so shall we say.
He could have picked up 4 or 5 guys and carried him over there if he wanted.
And it was the combo of Judge and Stanton, two very big men, and they did move that whole pile toward the Red Sox dugout. Here's a look at Kelly. He's trying to get low as Austin's charging. So Austin goes down as he was trying to get to him, then gets back up and has him from behind. And that's when Judge gets involved as well. Didi's there. You see Stanton, number 27, get in there as well.
Judge clearly trying to play peacemaker. But by the time he's done playing peacemaker, that whole pile ends up over here.
You know, the thing is, I mean, Tyler Austin, he's thick, he's strong too, and if that would have gone on for a while, I liked his chances.
Now Aaron Boone's not too pleased what he's been told by the umpires.
This is where you talk about, Michael, the future games, because it might not happen tonight, it might not happen tomorrow, but there will be a time where the Yankees will get somebody, because, I mean, in their eyes, Austin got smoked for no reason other than Brock Holt didn't like the way he slid in.
So Joe Kelly's probably going to get thrown out of the game. Austin's probably going to get thrown out of the game.
I didn't really see anybody else throwing punches other than the two guys involved.
I did not either. I think that would be appropriate, just those two.
And Marcus Timms did some job moving people out of that scrum and also out of harm's way. As David and Paul said, you don't need valuable people getting hurt in a silly early season fight over a slide and then a hit by pitch. And with Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton in the middle, you're just holding your breath if you're the Yankees. So Brian Johnson's heating up. All right, now let's extrapolate this, David. Do you then retaliate today if you're the Yankees?
No.
Absolutely not.
You got a 10-6 lead, and you see Sabathia in there too. I mean, that's a one-way pile. It's going one direction.
Yeah. If that was a tug of war, they'd already called it by now, huh?
All right, as both sides sorted out and the umpires sorted out, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the particulars. You're watching Pixel 10-6 Yanks.
Our three contestants are all at the big IKEA table. Contestant number 1, impressive knife skills. But contestant number 2 fights back by using fresh parsley. Make room for the judge.
What's your dream? At IKEA, we help you live it. Make the dream yours.
I was turning 30 that April, planning my 30th birthday party. The first hospital told me that right off the bat I would need chemo. I decided, let me go to MSK for a second opinion.
Memorial Sloan Kettering was part of the early phases of Oncotype testing, and in Elizabeth's case, we learned that she did not need chemotherapy, which is tremendous. We were able to change the course of her treatment and help her get on with her life.
You hear the big news? What? No? It's the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event, and it's happening now. Did you see the size of that logo? Check out this brainy lawnmower, and would you look at this Civic? Yeah, this is no ordinary Civic. It's a Honda Civic with sport mode. You know what's in here that's faster than sport mode? Okay, the Indy car, but that's mine.
The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is on now. You could get a great deal on the Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for 2018.
When you have amazing internet, you can stream amazing shows. And Fios gives you the fastest internet available for just $79.99 a month with a 2-year agreement. Plus, you get 1 year of Netflix on us. So don't wait to get Fios gigabit connection on the 100% fiber optic network so you can stream on up to 100 devices at once. Hurry, offer ends soon. So get the fastest internet available, plus Netflix, plus up to 250 TV channels, plus phone, plus a 2-year price guarantee. All for just $79.99 per month. Hurry, this offer ends April 18th. Go to getfios.com to switch today.
Our three contestants are all at the big IKEA table. Contestant number 1, impressive knife skills. But contestant number 2 fights back by using fresh parsley. Make room for the judge.
What's your dream? At IKEA, we help you live it. Make the dream yours.
Back here at Fenway Park, and now Phil Nevin has something to say to somebody in the Red Sox dugout. He had to be pulled away before, and now he's running up to the umpires, and he is really hot. Yankee third base coach Phil Nevin, and Marcus Timms is there, as well as Aaron Boone, and maybe they were notified of who was thrown out, and they didn't like it, but Phil Nevin just ran all the way from the Yankee third base coaching box and ran right toward the umpires while also shouting into the Red Sox dugout. Oh, so Cora's saying, all right, take a walk. And I guess Phil Nevin didn't like that. That was about a minute ago.
Tell him to get in the box.
Phil Nevin's a big man, too.
Yeah.
And maybe he's upset. Maybe he got thrown out. One of the people that were thrown out. Do these things bring teams closer together, or is that just something that's made up by the media?
It can. I mean, we were going over 1998 last night. That brought us closer together. There's no doubt about it. But you know, you're going to have throughout the course of the year, you're going to have a few of these. It's just that the Yankees and the Red Sox it always seems to be them.
Now, earlier when the bench is emptied, it was benign. This, not benign. Running with purpose toward the middle of the field. And the bullpen joins the fray. Again, running with purpose.
Yeah, watch the scrum go one way. See, Judge? It's going one way.
All right, so Brian Johnson takes over for Joe Kelly, who was thrown out of the game. Those are the numbers on Johnson. And Shane Robinson will pinch run for Austin, who was also likely thrown out. We have not been notified yet exactly who was thrown out, but you would assume start with those two. So new third base coach is Carlos Mendoza. So Phil Nevin was indeed thrown out of this game, and that's why he reacted the way he did. One and two on Tyler Wade. There's Robinson in for Tyler Austin. So we're in the top of the seventh inning. One out, one on. Yankees up by 4, 10-6. Strike three. Wade down looking.
You see the grip around the ball. Little slider away right on the outside corner.
So here's Miguel Andujar, 0 for 3. He's 3 for 27 since being called up.
You know, now that you look at what has happened, you really have to realize now the importance of this game, because you know you've got Sanchez has had a double home run game, Stanton's driven in 3, Judge has had a big game. Yet to knock on the hill, now you're going to use your bullpen. You can't make it look like this fight inspired Boston to come out and finish you off here. You have got to win this game if you're the New York Yankees.
Could not agree more.
Count 2-1.
I like this matchup for Andujar to
And
get
it's
a good
funny.
swing right now.
I just looked up to see he has no home runs, and I was just like, you know what? This is a matchup where he could end up having one.
2-2.
Ball just at the top of the strike zone and away. Just a ball you don't pull the trigger on as a hitter. Especially when that's because it ends up moving it over the plate.
Up in the zone, foul back. Still 2-2.
The kid has some real talent, Andujar. Some real bat speed. Question about reps.
Popped up. Devers makes the play. And a battle of an inning ends. No runs a hit. One man left. Time for the 7th inning stretch. 10-6 Yankees.
Question.
Yeah.
We picked the action and entertainment package, but I'm thinking we need the kids and pop package too. Can I add that?
Absolutely.
What was that?
What was what?
Are you saying I can't have both?
No, you can totally get it.
Now you're doing this.
Well, because no, you gotta pick one package. But you still get that sweet triple play deal. And my fingers are crossed because it's actually over $30 more a month than we say. Feels good to tell the truth. Remember earlier when I said I liked your house?
Mm-hmm.
I do not.
Fios is selling it. Don't buy it. For better choices and real value, choose Spectrum.
You okay there, Kurt?
We're about to move.
Karate helps relieve some of the house buying stress.
At least you don't have to worry about homeowners insurance. Call Geico.
Geico? Helps with homeowners insurance?
Been doing it for years.
I'm calling Geico right now.
Good idea.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
Sands Bethlehem. Deal me in.
The compact Lincoln MKC with a healthy sense of exhilaration. A cabin that's a sanctuary. And a lane keeping system that helps keep you on track, giving you a new perspective. The Lincoln MKC. The Lincoln Spring Sales event is here. For a limited time, lease the Lincoln MKC for $299 a month. Only at your Lincoln dealer.
Time for the game summary brought to you by your Tri-State BMW Centers. How do you summarize this? 10-11-0 Yanks, 6-8-1 for the Red Sox. Tanaga went 5 and really got roughed up in the 5th, giving up 5 runs. David Price lasted just 1 inning and left after that inning with tingling in his left hand. Gary Sanchez has had a night, so has J.D. Martinez. Tyler Austin, Phil Nevin, and Joe Kelly ejected in the 7th inning. Both benches cleared after Kelly hit Austin. And this was moments ago as Hunter Wendelstedt is warning Chad Green, let's relax here and let's not hit anybody. And the pitch is upstairs to Mookie Betts.
The last thing Chad Green should be thinking about right now is retaliation.
Is it tough for a pitcher to pitch, though, that sometimes people have a ball get away and that you just don't come inside because you're afraid to hit somebody?
Well, you still have to pitch your game. It's a valid point, Michael. And sometimes umpires can get fooled in these situations.
Mm-hmm. There's a strike.
Chad Green's got pretty good control, so he's not going to let one get away, generally speaking. From the Red Sox standpoint, they saw, high spikes, a slide. Mm-hmm. They think it should be over. They retaliated, and we'll see from the side here on the check swing. Good call.
Nice play by Gregorius, and he gets Betts. Took a base hit away up the middle with a beautiful play.
Not only took a base hit away, but it's the first out of the inning, and it's a big inning here to get through. Try to settle the nerves of everybody. If Betts starts this off with a base hit, you might have a big inning coming. Great play by Didi. See that ball rattle around in his glove again. That's because it was hit so hard. Betts, I'm telling you what, every at bat he's getting a good swing in.
And the pitch to Devers is a strike. Devers 0 for 3. 2 fly balls to left, sandwiched around a ground ball to first. Didi shades up the middle, and Duhar way off the line at third. Devers swings and misses 0-2. The bottom of the 7th inning in Boston, 10-6 Yankees. One and two. Green looking to restore order. Pitch the scoreless 6th. Now in the 7th. Swing and a miss. Devers down on strikes, 2 away. Now this was just the second fight today. Look at what happened in Colorado. That's Arenado at the plate. Luis Perdomo decides to fire the glove, but Arenado has bad intentions. And that is a legitimate big league fight. Mark McGuire, the bench coach for the Padres, pulled Arenado aside. And he's saying, listen, we were thrown at 3 times. You ever get charged, David?
Yes. Got thrown at, I got drilled, I got it all. When you're in the National League, you got to hit. That is a big difference. And I joke, because you see Robbie's getting hot. He's going to come in this game at some point. But all this stuff with pitchers throwing at hitters, if you're in the National League, you have to hit.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ball game. I've been thrown at behind my head. I've been drilled. It's a different level when you have to stand in the batter's box as a pitcher.
Is it scary? Somebody's charging them out?
Yes, it's scary. I think I told you before. Pedro Guerrero threw his bat at me. Atlee Hammaker drilled me.
Well, that's why your pinky's all messed up.
Yeah. See me? I'm going. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm going to fight you with one hand because the other one's busted.
I didn't really want him, though, did I? I was just talking. I was all eyewash is what that was. You can tell the guys that are eyewash. They kind of just talk smack and they don't really go. Tyler Austin, he went.
Yeah.
Nolan Arenado, he went.
You know, if you look at the replay there, I mean, what choice did he have? Kelly's out there and said, let's go. Come on. And he just got smoked.
98 miles an hour from Joe Kelly.
So Pedro Guerrero charged you, right?
He did. He threw his bat at me first. I hit him in the head with a curveball.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there was a history there, obviously. But yeah, he came up out of it and rifled his bat at me. It was a helicopter.
Little helicopter job.
Right over my head, yeah.
Should have grabbed it and threw it back at him.
Medvin, Medvin would show me somebody could find that one, but that's 1988.
Before YouTube.
It's like the Warner Wolf. Go to the videotape, you know.
I saw Pedro Guerrero. He was at Yankee Stadium. I think it was last year. I still recognize him. It's hilarious to see guys that, he was one of the better hitters with the Dodgers at the time,
Ramirez 1 for 2 with a walk, 2 runs scored, and has a home run. One of the hotter hitters in the game. And the 2-2. Rifled out to right field. Going back, Judd. Still back. Track. He makes the play for the final out. So a 1-2-3 inning for Chad Green and the Yankees. We're going to the 8th. It's a fun game. 10-6 Yanks.
Hi, I'm Erin Brockovich. If you were exposed to asbestos while working in construction factories or in the military, there's a $30 billion compensation fund for labor heroes like you, men and women suffering from lung cancer because they were exposed to asbestos, even if you were a smoker. Be smart, do the right thing. Call Whites and Luxembourg or visit asbestoslawyernyc.com.
Call 1-800-411-LAWS. That's 1-800-411-LAWS.
So we sold the house. Hey, you use Purple Bricks, right? An online agent for a place like this? No, they're genuine agents. They're real people. You just don't pay crazy amounts in commission. Could have saved thousands. Thousands?
There it is. Real misery. The misery you feel when you pay too much in commission and get nothing more for your money.
Could have bought the new house with Purple Bricks, too.
Whether you're buying or selling, go to purplebricks.com. Save yourself from real misery.
Well, let's take a look at the line score brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. So the Yankees a 4 spot in the first inning. They scored 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth. Red Sox 1 in the first and 5 in the fifth. It's 10-11-0 Yanks and 6-8-1 for the Red Sox. Brett Gardner leads off. And a foul ball, 0-1. Got him on the right foot. Top of the order for the Yankees. Johnson, the 6th pitcher used by the Red Sox. Price, Pointer, Hembree, Barnes, Kelly, and now Johnson. One and two.
But last night, Johnson pitched. He was sticking cotton up his nose. Just had a bloody nose out on the mound for no reason.
Two and two.
A busy night for Gardner, as Michael said.
Strike three. Gardner down looking.
First time they've gotten him out all night.
Yeah, Gardner's been the kind of the spark plug tonight, getting on base a lot, giving opportunities for Didi and Stanton, Judge.
And here is Aaron Judge, 2 for 3 with a walk. A couple of runs scored. One and one. You see the Yankees wearing their road grays here at Fenway. Today is a significant date in Yankee history as Robertson continues to throw. In 1912, it was the first time the Yankee organization wore pinstripes on their uniform. That was their final opener at Hilltop Park. And we saw pinstripes for the first time. One, two. Strike three. Judge down looking. Didn't seem like he loved that call.
So I thought it was away because it wasn't up.
Well, it was away. It's off. You can just see where the catcher's setting up way up the plate. That's the way Javi Lopez used to set up for Greg Maddox. In the other batter's box.
That is so bad. That is a hitter really irritates you because the umpire should know if your glove is not on the plate, you should not get a call.
Breaking ball drops in there to Stanton, 0-1.
It's been a long night for Hunter Windlestad back
no
there.
doubt about it.
He has been fairly consistent.
Stanton chases upstairs, 0-2. Stanton 3 ribbies tonight. Had a big 2-run triple in the first inning. And an RBI single in the 6th. 1-2. Stanton struck out, and also the long drive that was run down on the warning track by Martinez in left center. Ground ball left side, through for a base hit, so 3 hits for Stanton as he picks up a 2-out single.
Well, that's 5 hits in his last, 4, 6. He was 2 for 2 and then 2 for 4 tonight, so he's really turned it around, and it all started with a line drive to right yesterday. And now he's able to even pull that pitch. You got to remember last year, even with the strikeouts and even with the 59 home run, he was a 280 hitter. It's not like he was in the low 200s. Another one of those guys that hits the ball so hard when he puts it in play. A lot of times it gets through the infield or out in the seats.
Here's Gregorius. Now, before this happens, David, would you keep in Green for 3rd inning, or are you down for bringing in Robertson?
Robertson's in this game.
So Robertson would pitch the 8th, and then they'd bring in Chapman, no matter what the score is, to pitch the 9th, unless it's a total blowout. But right now it's 10-6. One and one. One and two on Gregorius. A couple of sac flies for Gregorius today. He's 0 for 2 with the 2 ribbies. So he has 12 on the season. Hitting .368 with 3 home runs. Stanton leads off first, held by Moreland. Holt, the shortstop, shades up the middle. Devers way off the line at 3rd. 2-2. We're in the 8th inning, 10-6. And the pitch. High fly ball, center field. Bradley drifts over. He's there, and he'll put it away for the final out of the 8th. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. It'll be David Robertson to face Martinez, Moreland, and Nunez. Bottom of the 8th, Yankees up by 4.
We only have 30 seconds to describe the newest specialty flavor in the Signature Crafted Recipes collection by McDonald's, Garlic White Cheddar. It's layered with a slice of smooth, perfectly melty white cheddar cheese, a crunchy medley of tasty, crispy garlic chips, a dramatic drizzle of smooth, delicious, and flavorful, delectable, creamy garlic aioli, all coming together with a mouth-wateringly juicy tomato slice and crisp iceberg lettuce atop crispy buttermilk chicken on a soft, warm artisan roll. Ooh, luckily, you can take all the time you need to savor every bite. The Signature Crafted Recipes collection by McDonald's.
New TV, new speakers, Netflix. This is gonna be the place for binge watching, ladies.
Is it, ladies? Don't get me wrong. You have killer tech, Mrs. D, but you still don't have Fios.
Okay.
Fios is a 100% fiber optic network, literally engineered for streaming.
Good advice.
I've also got some ideas on a better cereal selection, which I will keep to myself.
Experience Netflix on the 100% fiber optic network made for streaming. Switch to Fios and get a year of Netflix on us with a 2-year agreement.
This is my Toyota Camry. It comes with Toyota Safety Sense Standard, which means it sometimes has better reflexes on the road than I do. A car with technology that helps ensure my safety is something I can support. And that's why I give my Camry 5 seatbelts.
Tested, trusted Toyota. Lease a new 2018 Camry for just $209 a month. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Find your Toyota at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, our next Picks telecast is a week from tomorrow when the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Coverage will begin at 7. That's Yankees Blue Jays live from the Bronx right here on Picks 11, New York's very own. New third baseman for the Yankees, Ronald Torreyes. He takes over for Andujar. New pitcher for the Yankees is David Robertson, and he'll face J.D. Martinez, who is 2 for 3. And has a grand slam. 1-0. So Chad Green pitched 2 scoreless innings in relief of Tanaka, who went 5. For Robertson, this will be his 7th game. What we've seen from Robertson so far this year, he has incorporated a little bit of a hesitation with that front foot, almost what Tanaka does. First 2 pitches, he did not do it. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Yeah, it's funny, he didn't do it there either. I saw him in the bullpen, and it looked like he almost caught a spike. And you know, intentional or not, it does kind of mess with the timing of a hitter, kind of a little hesitation. Nothing there.
Swing and a miss. And Martinez, I guess he fouled the ball and it did not go right into the glove. It bounced, so he gets another swing.
You can see Hunter Windelstedt wants to see the ball if there's any dirt on it. Clearly hit the ground. Before he makes the call, he has to see the ball.
Now let's take a look at Robertson warming in the bullpen, because he's used this in games. This is what we're talking about. He breaks this out every now and then. That little tap.
And you can see he changed arm angles on that. He's been talking about trying to drop and throw breaking stuff from a lower arm angle as well. See him kind of bend over and try to go a little lower 3/4 with his arm angle, so it could be in tandem.
So 3-2 on Martinez, leading off the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees up by 4, 10-6. Strike 3, Martinez down looking. A fastball catches the outside corner, and he has words for Wendelstedt.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're approaching 4 hours and you've had a bench clearing brawl, and Your dad was an old school National League umpire, and
enough's enough.
It's in your genes. Your DNA says yes, the right hand raises, and he's done it on both sides.
Here's Mitch Moreland, 1 for 2 with a walk. 1-0. The Yankees trying to snap the Red Sox 9-game winning streak. They lost the first game of the year and have answered with 9 straight. 9-1. Nine pitches for Robertson, 4 strikes. And we have 9 on our counter and 10 on the scoreboard. So we'll go by our counter at 9. 2-1. 2-2. Tomorrow, the weather, the temperature's supposed to be a bit more reasonable. Another cold night here at Fenway. And the 2-2. 3-2 on Moreland.
It's actually out walking around today. It was nice there for a couple hours. The sun came out. We saw a couple flowers around the city. Michael, you ever go out of your room? I haven't seen you since.
Fly ball, center field. I go out of my room. I try to avoid when you're out.
Oh, is that it?
Yes, I know where you are. I have you tracked.
Is that right? You
spend enough time here.
That's what you were doing with my phone, huh? You got a little monitor going on here.
He's one of those guys that sees you across the street, puts his head down, walks the other way.
Exactly. Like he didn't see you. John Moore did that to me the other night in the restaurant. I said, there's John Moore to my wife, and he just walked right by. I was like, whoa, really?
Here's Eduardo Nunez. Swing and a miss.
That's the old saying in baseball, right, Paulie? I mean, when the season's over, you get to choose your own friends, right?
Oh, do you? Yeah. It's amazing how many times you say goodbye to people and don't see them again until spring training, right? I have noticed, Mike, you don't answer your phone. I call you, you never answer. You got to send you a text. Now, Coney, you have the best, most improved. Coney actually answers like once or twice out of 10 now, which is really, really good. He's like a 200 hitter.
I'm trying. I'm making an effort.
For a while, I thought it was like you didn't have a ringer on that thing.
I got a new iPhone.
Is that it? You know how to answer.
David, he calls in the middle of the radio show, expects me to just pick up.
Well, I forget you got like 19 shows a day that you got to get in for the game, right?
Well, you are a multitasker, though. I've seen you do like 8 things at once.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss, an impressive 8th inning for David Robertson as he retires the Red Sox in order. 1-2-3. We take this baby to the 9th inning. It's 10-6 Yanks.
From Seinfeld to Sondheim.
Something is happening in my life.
OG talks to Jason Alexander about his new musical.
You don't think of George Costanza singing with a symphony, but that's exactly what happens.
Tomorrow on the Pix 11 Morning News, New York's very own.
When did someday become today? Suddenly, everything's smart and social. And sure, a little strange. Hey, nobody can see the future, but Spectrum is ready for it, no matter how wired or Wi-Fi enabled it gets. So bring on tomorrow. Spectrum's working to make it faster and more secure. Spectrum. Think forward.
Bronx Tale is Broadway's hit crowd pleaser. Directors Robert De Niro and Jerry Zaks bring Chaz Palminteri's story to life. An unforgettable tale of fathers and sons, lasting loyalty, and first love. It's Jersey Boys meets West Side Story. A Bronx Tale. Great seats from $50. Make it a date night or bring the whole neighborhood.
At Joseph A. Bank, save up to 60% off almost everything. All dress shirts, including best-selling Traveler, 2 for $89. All Traveler suits, $279. Plus, take an extra 40% off all clearance and find exactly what you're looking for. The up to 60% off sale, only at Joseph A. Bank.
And if we follow the North Star up, we'll be able to spot Ursa Major.
Woo! Yes!
Okay, it appears we have an Ursa Major fan here today. Great. Anyone want to give it up for Cassiopeia? Anyone?
Play scratch-off games from the New York Lottery and you could be one of over 4 million weekly winners.
New York Yankees baseball is brought to you by Hyundai. Get a great deal more than a great deal on all new Hyundai vehicles. By Purple Bricks. Whether you're buying or selling your home, go to purplebricks.com and save yourself from real misery. By BP. Seize the day and every mile with BP. Every day brighter. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Raymore and Flanagan Furniture. Furnishing your style. And by the Lincoln Spring Sales Event. Drive into spring in a new Lincoln. We are here at Fenway Park. We go to the 9th inning. Yankees lead this one 10-6. Trying to even the series at a game apiece after losing last night by a score of 14-1. Another sellout crowd at Fenway Park. And Carson Smith has come on. And he throws inside to Gary Sanchez.
A little bit of a rough start for Smith so far. Only 3 2/3 innings.
And the 2-0. There's a strike.
Nice line there. 2 home runs, double, 4 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. I want to look at the bottom line, but the top line looks good.
Chop to first. The flip to Smith. 1 away here in the 9th.
I think it was important to get Gary Sanchez back behind the plate where, you know, as a catcher, when you're struggling offensively, you know, you can kind of get your mind away from the game because there's so much more involved defensively as a catcher. But, you know, when you're DH and you sit there and just dwell on every at bat, especially when you're struggling, and I think it was very important to get him back behind the plate. Obviously, he's had a big night tonight.
Neil Walker takes a strike from Smith. Red Sox got Smith December 2015. Made only 3 appearances with the Red Sox in 2016. Needed Tommy John surgery and was out until September of last year. And when they got him, he was going to be a big part of their bullpen. Hard-throwing right-hander. 1-1 to Walker. 2-1. Chopped over the mound. 2 away. That scored 6-3 as Holt on the right side in the shift made the play.
That's what I like about our broadcast. You know, we're starting to get to know each other. You know, it's that comfortable silence. You don't have to talk all the time. You know.
I thought they cut my mic off. I've been rambling on over here. You just couldn't hear it. I told Michael early in the game, if we go long, man, I don't have much left in the holster here.
Here's Shane Robinson. He pinch ran for Austin after Austin got thrown out. After he got plunked by Joe Kelly and charged the mound, starting a bench clearing brawl.
Heard anything about Phil Nevin? Why he got ejected, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why? Did we hear anything?
Why? Who got?
Nevin.
I guess he was in the middle of it, and they thought that he was an aggressor. I'm not sure. It'd just be speculation.
There's a little bit to unpack here still, and the exchange between Nevin and Cora too.
Mm-hmm. Gonna wait till tomorrow to find out about David Price. That might be a big loss for the Red Sox. A lot has happened in this 12-hour game.
Robinson takes a strike. And Robinson will work a 2-out walk in the ninth.
Let's see, well, both teams still have 4 mound visits left each, so got something to work with there.
Just in case you need them, huh?
Here's Tyler Wade.
Those face masks, if you look at those, are officially logoed Yankees. Those aren't something that you pick up at the mall there, Conan.
It's like the Winter Olympics, right?
Look
The
at that.
luge.
Robbie's got everything. Robbie Kakuza, he stays up to date with everything. That would make me nervous. Something over your mouth, huh?
I've got a feeling he's going to wear that on the open tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's going to get it from Robbie.
Won't have much to say, right? Don't know if I'm talking or not.
Oh, we'll know.
What comes out, there's no way to hide it, huh?
Shades of Chevy Chase and the Invisible Man.
Wow.
Runner goes. And a stolen base for Robinson. Yankees 10 runs on 12 hits. And the Red Sox 6 runs on 8 hits in their first error of the year.
Those should cause those mound visits, Conan. When you step off, that's a mound visit, too.
Now, David, you might know this. Was Austin charged with a mound visit there?
Coney's thinking over there.
There's 1,000 different ways I could go with this.
Who's it charged to? The Yankees or Boston?
That's a good question. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. And the pitch. Strike 3. Wade down looking. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. Bottom of the Red Sox order coming up. They'll do it against Aroldis Chapman.
There was a time when the only way to find your favorite TV show was to look it up in a book. Then you could tape it on tapes and search DVDs and YouTube and still not find it until now. Introducing Altice One. Netflix, YouTube, Pandora, and live TV, all in one place.
Find shark movies.
With voice search and a mobile app. Now all it takes is one. Altice One. Experience the one. Only from Optimum.
Make tossing and turning a thing of the past when you discover the power of Tempur-Pedic sleep at Raymore and Flanigan. With Tempur-Pedic's pressure-relieving comfort, you'll fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up ready for anything. Raymore and Flanigan offers up to 72 months no-interest financing. Plus, get your new Tempur-Pedic tomorrow with Raymore and Flanigan's free next-day mattress delivery, 7 days a week. Raymore and Flanigan, your elite Tempur-Pedic retailer.
Experience the latest Nissan intelligent mobility technologies during this year's auto show. With advanced features like standard automatic emergency braking and available Pro Pilot Assist, which helps you stay centered. This is Nissan's most intelligent lineup ever. Come see the newest Nissans at the auto show. Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month, or lease the 2018 Nissan Sentra just $129 per month.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Time for the plays of the game, brought to you by Spectrum TV, the way you want it.
Off the bat of I Am Gary. And yeah, all of a sudden, nobody knew where that ball was. Even Gary got fooled on that one a bit, but just for good measure, he's going to back it up and hit one even further and higher. Oh, by the way, he's pretty good at hitting, in case you forgot.
Chapman against Bradley as we start at the bottom of the 9th, and he deals a strike. So the Yankees holding on 10-6 over the Red Sox. A game that featured a bench-clearing brawl. Kelly, Austin, and Nevin all thrown out of the game. And I think they got a piece of Wendelstedt again. Now, with the mound visits limited, what catchers used to do is if an umpire got hit, they would walk out to the mound and give him time to recover. Now, they can't afford to give up that trip. Right shoulder.
Wendelstedt's taking him off the mask, the right shoulder. And a tough night behind the dish.
2-1. Be the 6th game for Chapman. 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. Grounded up the middle, a base hit. So Bradley, who came into the game struggling, is 3 for 4 with a leadoff single here in the 9th. Here's Christian Vasquez. Vasquez is 0 for 3.
Coney, can you explain this to me?
No.
4-run lead, you know, you're not going to be stealing bases unless you just show that you're not going to even throw. You know, Chapman, as a closer, he's got to realize, you know, he needs 3 outs. Bear down on these hitters. Let's get out of here.
Fastball high, 1-0. Couple of batters from now. Mookie Betts lurks. And that hard-hitting top of the Red Sox order. So Chapman wants to make quick work of it again. Throws over to Neil Walker.
Sometimes the running game, or actually check that, the vast majority of times the signs come from the bench on when to throw over to first. Not sure if that's the case here. Chapman on the mound, maybe he saw something, wants to work on his move.
Yeah.
I don't know, but 4-run leads, you don't want any distractions. I agree with you, Paul, and just concentrate on Sanchez's glove.
Missed outside. 2-1, so Green 2 shutout innings. David Robertson a strong 1-2-3 8th inning, and they turn it over to the closer Aroldis Chapman. This is not a save situation, but he needs to get 3 outs to nail this down. 3-1. And Brock Holt is on deck. Right down the middle, 3-2.
Well, that's a different pitch right there, Coney. 3-1 slider.
Interesting selection.